Dun 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 dun. Ba-da-da, ba-ba-ba-ba. That's right, folks. We're watching Terminator 2 Judgment Day. That was uh my ode, my tribute to the score, the opening theme. I love it so much. It's fucking epic. But welcome back everybody to Film Tangents
Welcome back, everybody.
for the mid season finale. Or is it the season finale and will we see you in January? I don't know.
Yeah, so this is the
Could be.
last. This is the last film tangents ever. There's no more film tangents after this one.
Yeah,
Rejoice.
series.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. To end the show,
To end the show. It's
um
one of those because sometimes like that happens. Like there'll be like a popular show. I mean, I don't know if this happened with like Sea Town where it's like I don't know if they ever had like, oh, this is the last one, or if it was just like it was just one that ended up being the last one, and there was no more ones after that.
I don't know. You know what? I think I was wondering about that recently, and I'm pretty sure they had like a last hoorah, but I don't know if they made. I think they talked about it, but I don't think they made a bunch of, you know, they didn't turn it into a bunch of pomp and circumstance,
Yeah.
at the end. They
Yes.
didn't give it a lot of, like, fan service at the end, they just kinda ended it
Yeah.
at
It
the end
was
of
like
the
it was just like a
episode,
it was like a
but
normal
they did
show.
say. Yeah, but I think they did say during the episode that it was the end, I'm pretty sure, because they had I remember in the last year of it, I think they had been continuously alluding to ending it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine those guys, like, 4 years later, just still
Doing
sitting
the.
there talking about dicks and
I mean,
shit
dude, if
and
they were, I wouldn't
d
blame them because it's like at this
sucking off.
point. I mean, because
Yeah.
at this point, like, what gives, right? Because like you know, Stavros is successful because he's like doing movies and doing his things and TV shows but it's like Nick and what's the name of the other guy? I forget the other guy.
Adam.
Yeah, Nick and Adam's like they're not doing anything, and I think Nick's not doing anything. Like from what I
That's not
understand,
true.
well, I know that's not true, but I mean like not anything significant because I feel like the Adam Friedland show sucks. I don't care for the Adam
Mm,
Friedland show, and I know Nick's like touring with like who's the name of the guy he's touring with?
Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis, and it's like okay, like I don't know, it feels like Stavros is doing stuff, and it feels like the other two guys are doing like random things that are just kind of like whatever. That's the way that I see it.
No, I would definitely push back on that because do you
Yeah,
Adam Stavros is definitely the most famous of the
yeah,
3 now at this point.
yeah.
Stavros is like people know who that is if you talk about him, but Adam, have you seen, like, who his guests are lately on his show? I
I've
mean,
seen some of the
it's pretty
guests.
big.
Yeah, I've seen some of the guests that he's had. Like, because sometimes sometimes it creates like a viral clip. So I've
Yeah.
seen some of his guests. I guess I'm just unhappy with the direction that Adam went.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I would say all 3 of them hit a pretty good stride, but there's a clear hierarchy there. I mean,
right.
Stavros is like almost A-list, high B-list
Yeah,
now.
yeah, for sure.
Adam Friedland has, A-list guests. He had Alec Baldwin on a couple weeks ago. He had, our buddy Clavicular on,
Hmm.
uh, and then Nick touring with Shane Gillis isn't anything to, you know,
Yeah,
balk at,
it
right?
it'll be interesting to see like what Nick ends up doing because I guess he's like in a way it's like he's following the pure comedians like
Yeah.
way, right? He's like, oh, F it with this stuff because I just want to be the funny guy and I just want to do the comedy stuff, and it's like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
I buy with it. It's just somehow in my mind, I'm like, Stavros superseded the other two guys to such an extent that it just kind of seems like okay, I guess these other two guys are just doing stuff,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, did you guys see Clavicular? He got a botched nose job.
yeah, I've heard.
It's,
Yeah,
like,
I've seen
over
that.
for
It's over for.
how how is this possible? There's part of me that was thinking, was this just a move by him? Like, it just it seems too perfect. It seems too ironic that this would be the fate of this guy.
Right.
This guy who because people have been a lot of people I've seen a lot of comments, and I agree, it's like he's like a Greek tragedy character where it's like he walks around calling people subhuman to their face and, you know, doing all the shenanigans, you know, shenanigans he's been doing, and then he, you know, gets a nose job trying to look better, and he ends up looking like Michael Jackson
Yeah.
in his last days.
Well, because that's really the tough thing about that, right? Because it always feels to me like the impression that I get of that is that there's like a slippery slope to how much you can do that and get away with it, so it becomes like an
Mhm.
uncanny valley thing, you know? Like at some
Yeah.
point you enter like this uncanny valley, and it almost seems like it's like near impossible to get out of that. Because then it's like you fix something and
Yeah.
then something else messes up, and then you fix that and then something else. It's like now it's like eternally out of whack. Like that's the
Mhm.
impression I get
Yeah.
out of this stuff.
I couldn't tell because like when I from what I know about like nose jobs, which is very little, I was pretty sure like the amount of time it takes like your nose from like getting a nose job for the inflammation to go down can be like a year.
Mm.
Like it can take like a very long time. I mean, don't quote me and maybe check what I'm saying, but like I think
You
it
know
takes
this
a
from
very long time
experience.
for like the inflammation to come down and for it like to set back in. So I don't know if it's like a marketing ploy to be like he actually did get a good nose job, but it's just like inflamed and looks funny at this time. So maybe it's like, oh, we could just say he's botched and get more engagement until it like,
Yeah.
oh, he's mogging again or
Yeah,
whatever
for
the
sure,
fuck.
for sure.
You know, like
He's
it,
giving himself
he's
like
mogging.
he's giving himself a redemption arc.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know if that's what it's about, but, definitely state of things doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
That is I think that is true though, because one of my sisters, she didn't get a nose job for cosmetic reasons, she had a deviated septum, so she had to have surgery, but it's kind of a similar thing where it took a long time it took, like, a long time to heal.
Mhm.
Like, there were times where even, like, 6 months in, I remember, like, kinda horse playing with her, and it was like, "Oh my god, watch the nose, don't," and it
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, fuck, you're right."
Yeah.
6 months later,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah,
did take a while for it to look, how it does now.
Right.
So
so I think
you're
it's
probably right
engagement
there.
bait. I think it's definitely engagement bait.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's created engagement, you know. So I think you're right.
With people like that, everything is a show.
Mhm.
Everything's a show.
Mhm.
It's just like whatever we can get on camera to get more views, no shame, no limits. Like, I don't even know you don't even know what's real anymore because I haven't even heard anything about it
What is it
since,
that they call that
but
like in wrestling? Like when it's like, oh, it's a, like what do they call that? Like when it's like,
kayfabe?
well, not kayfabe, but when it's like a job, it's like you get what I'm trying to say? Like, cause sometimes like stuff happens, like when Brock retired, and people were saying
Uh,
like, oh, it's a job or something like that. There's like a term in WWE that they use to say like oh, it's
oh.
not real. Like this is like this is a show,
Oh, okay. Ah,
But I
shit.
forget the word for it.
Is it a job? It sounds like
It
that
might
sounds
be.
right,
It might be
actually.
that it's a job because I've just been thinking about everything like in wrestling terms lately, as you know. But yeah, it's a job.
Yeah, or oh shit. I think they used it when Rampage Jackson's son beat the hell out of that wrestler, like for real.
Hmm.
And they used the term when he was oh, a mark, something like that's different
That's
though.
different. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, this isn't it's not gonna be great broadcasting if I keep sitting here trying to figure
Figure
this
out what the
out,
name
but
of it is. Yeah, yeah. It'll come to
yeah,
us.
like for 2 minutes, just like people listening to me being like,
Is it
is it a
this?
is it a leaf?
Yeah.
Is it a fuck? Um, yeah. Oh, but a few months ago, because try as I might, you can't really get away from clavicular right now. Um, like even when my dad the other day mentioned looks maxing, I was like, oh fuck, this guy is like for real out there,
Yeah, yeah,
Um, not that my dad's cultured, but it's like, he's a middle-aged guy, his algorithm's different, and he's seeing mainstream news articles about the rise of looks maxing or whatever.
yeah.
Um, You know, a few months ago, I see some clip where it's like Clavicular is in tears because him and his girlfriend just found out that she's pregnant, and it's, like, just this stream of him sitting there, like, hugging her with, like, tears rolling down his face, and I'm like, "Dude, everything's a fucking show
It
now."
is. Yeah.
You know, isn't this a private moment,
Yeah,
you know?
everything is a
This
show. Everything's a show. I don't understand it, but it's interesting for me because I do feel a little bit like an old guy a lot of the time in the sense that I do try to stay disconnected from that. Like what you just said to me, I didn't know, you know. So it's
Mhm.
like I try my best to like not be in the know because I feel like for me being in the know of that stuff makes me feel like really like I shouldn't be in the know of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's like
I feel
fucking
you there.
brain kindling.
yeah,
It's brain rot, dude.
yeah.
Well, that wasn't even, like, big news, I don't think. I think that was just something I happened upon. I don't know if she
It was a
ended
side
up
plot. Yeah,
not being pregnant or yeah, I don't think it was a big thing, but yeah, you try to stay away from that jerk off, but,
yeah,
yeah, then the other day I see the nose job, and I'm like, "Alright, this is some AI shit. Because it's the other thing, you can't even tell what's, fucking real anymore,
yeah.
but then I see more videos of it, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is this is real." He didn't need that. I mean, if he looked good, you know, if I can say something complimentary about him,
Mhm.
the nose was fine, you know?
Yeah, dude, but
Some
there's never a, there's never you're always chasing. I feel like they're always chasing this dragon, and it's never there. You know, it just keeps
Yeah,
going.
you're never gonna get what you want out of it with those type of people. It's just on
Yeah,
to the next thing. Nose is fixed. What's next?
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's an addiction, man, and it's an attempt to fix something on the outside
That's
when really
broken on the
it's something on
inside.
the inside that's broken.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
But, well, I promised you guys, a story here,
Oh yeah.
so we're gonna have a little story time before, Terminator 2. Um, so this is not my story, this is actually my sister's story, coming at you from the Big Apple, New York, New York. This is a story from the city that never sleeps. Um, this is the fucking craziest thing I've heard in quite some time. So, my sister, uh, goes to, I was given the green light to tell this story, by the way, so this is with permission. So this is an authorized retelling. Um, I think it was last week in, New York City. My sister goes to law school, New York Law School, and, she, you know, New York's a tough city, man, you know, cost of living up there. I couldn't believe what she told me, that she's paying for her one-bedroom apartment. Ridiculous, right? It's what you know, it's like they say, "You can make it there, you can make it anywhere," and it's very I believe that. Um, you know, summer's coming up, gotta make some money, right? She's got a job, but she's also you know, you can never you can never, go wrong with, multiple streams of income. So, she decided to get a side hustle, babysitting in New York. Now they have an app that's like Uber for babysitting. Really weird. You don't even have to pass a background check for it. Very strange. Very fucking strange. Like she was telling me about it, and I'm like, I just thought of like, I just thought of this mother being on the app and being like, "Honey, good for this Friday. Fred Krueger is gonna watch our kid." It's like fucking crazy, man. So anyway, um, so she gets on the app, right, and she gets a gig. She is to pick up an year old from a bus stop and walk her home to an apartment where she will meet up with the mother and the 6-year old who will be with the mother. And then from there, she will proceed to watch those kids for, I don't know, another hour or so. But my sister gets to the bus stop. The bus comes, doors open, no one gets off. The bus starts driving away, then it stops, backs up. Something weird's going on, right? So the doorman of the building says, "Are you here for?" And he says the 8-year-old's name, and my sister's like, "Yeah." And the doorman's like, "Yeah, I see her on the bus. It doesn't look like she's getting off." So when the girl, I think like the bus monitor or something, finally kind of ushers the girl off the bus. So my sister walks up to the 8-year-old, says, "Hey, I'm supposed to. My name is so and so. I'm supposed to be watching. Your mom sent me to watch you for the afternoon." The girl, the 8-year-old, starts screaming, dude. Starts screaming, and then as my sister reaches in to start trying to calm her down, she fucking clocks my sister in the face, throws her backpack at her, takes off running.
Oh my god.
So now my sister is chasing this fucking 8-year-old down multiple blocks of New York City
Uh-huh.
like Uncut Gems or fucking Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
So I'm like picturing the as she was telling the story, I'm picturing it shot by Josh Safdie.
Yeah.
So so dude, so my sister, you guys aren't ready for this. My sister starts bolting down blocks of New York City like fucking Marty Supreme, and chases this the 8-year-old runs into another building and like holds the door so my sister can't open it, screaming, crying, just wailing at the top of her lungs. Some lady who lives in the building comes down, yells at the kid, says like, "I have lived in this building for 20 years and, I have never had to come out and complain about noise like this." The kid sort of gets like surprised, so my sister files that away in the back of her head as like, okay, this kid does respond to aggression.
Uh-huh.
So meanwhile, my sister calls the mom and is like, "Hey, she ran." The mom's like, "What? She ran?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, you can run after her, grab her, hurt her if you have to." My sister's
Okay.
like, "What?" Well, I'm not gonna hurt her, but I'll fucking grab. So so then this fucking kid, I guess, blasts my sister with the door and takes off running again.
Mm-hmm.
Run into the street, dude. Runs right into the street with cars coming. And my sister said when she saw that, there was like a split second where she was like, "This is when my life changes forever." Like I will have watched an 8-year-old get
Gross.
flattened by New York traffic.
Yeah.
Luckily the cars were, stop rolling stop. So now my sister is wrestling this kid on the tailgate of an SUV in the middle of the street. This kid hits her, clocks her in the jaw, reaches like
My God.
up her shirt, starts clawing her. Animal, like an animal, dude,
Yeah.
like a fucking rabid animal. My sister finally like, kind of grabs her and says, "Do not hit me," to get aggressive. Like kid's gonna get killed.
Yeah.
Um, Finally, she gets a hold of the kid, calls the mom. The mom's like, "What? I thought you said you were on 62nd Street." My sister's like, "I'm on 64th. I thought you were on 62nd Street." My sister's like, "Yeah, she ran 2 more blocks."
Right.
So anyway, so dude, the fucking mom shows up with the 6-year-old. The mom is like not apologetic at all. She might have uttered like, "Oh, I didn't think she was gonna do that."
Yeah.
Not apologetic. And at this point in the story, I'm expecting my sister to be like, "And that's when I said, 'Take your fucking
Yeah,
kid,'
take your
and I
kid.
left."
Like, give me my money and take your kid.
But, like, my sister stayed. I don't know now, I don't
I wouldn't have
know
made
if
it
it was
that
because.
far, bro. I would have been like, all right, this is just out of my hand. Like, I would have, like, 4 steps ago, like, I have to give your sister props
Yeah,
because, like,
100%.
Yeah.
4 steps ago, I would have been like, I ain't chasing
Yeah,
somebody's kid.
yeah. I'll be
Like,
like, this
I'm
kid.
sorry.
I'll be
That's
like,
not my,
the kid ran
like, it
away.
ain't.
Let me get a testimony from the doorman. I,
I
you
mean,
know,
it's
you
easy to
know,
say when you're not there. I'm sure,
yeah,
like, she felt
yeah, for
responsible,
sure, for
but
sure.
at the same point, it's like, God damn, that is like some serious shit to deal with for
Yeah,
like
she committed
somebody
to it.
that you don't know.
Yeah,
My sister is a saint, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if she really wanted to just earn some money. I don't know. But I don't think it's that, though. I think my sister has really good character and just better than most of us. Because I agree. I think at a certain point I would have been like, honestly, I might have called the cops. Like
The
that
kid.
might be what I would have done.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a kid running around,
I'm just
with no
surprised that she
supervision.
went through. I guess at that point in time, it was like Probably it was like I've already gone through the worst of this. It's just just get it over with. Just give
Mhm.
me the kids.
Well, there's more to this. So, so then this is where the story gets odd. So she follows the mom and the two girls back to the apartment. Seems like a single mom situation. No dad in the photos or anything like that. The mom is a lawyer apparently, which is like, wow. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, wait, so you're a lawyer, but you're obviously a smart person, but you're also kind of wacky because you're not apologizing for this. You're just acting like this is kind of normal. It's weird.
Somehow it does strike me. Somehow it strikes me as like New York behavior to be like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
apologize for my kid's behavior.
Yeah, for sure, dude. So 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 anyway, they go up to the apartment. Now my sister is with the 6-year-old, and the mom takes the 8-year-old off to another room. And at one point, she hears the mom and the 8-year-old arguing, and then she hears the mom go, "You want me to get the syringe?" And she's like, "What the fuck?" It's like some one flew over the cuckoo's nest shit, you know? Um, so it's the whole thing is really
You're
creepy
gonna
and
like
sad too.
sedate the child or something?
I guess. The kid has, like, some kinda conduct disorder, apparently. I don't know. It's apparently a big problem, but this is one of the stories too. I think this is a good story. This would be a good story to put on, like, r/child free on Reddit, where people are like it's a subreddit where people celebrate not wanting children or not having children.
Mhm.
Um, you really gotta think about whether you want kids or not, and I think this story is a good example of that. I'll expand on that in a second, but so my sister's now with a 6-year-old, and the 6-year-old, for a little while is, like, just playing with toys, so, "Oh, look at this, is my dolly named whatever." And then she's like, "Do you wanna watch my brain rot with me?" And Genevieve's my sister's like, okay, yeah, sure." So they sit down. This is what kids are watching these days. She sits down on the couch with the kid. Kid puts on on YouTube this thing called Italian brain rot, and I looked this up. It's just this, like, uncanny valley psychedelia shit that's AI generated, and they're just watching it for, like, an
Oh
hour,
my
and
god, that's
this kid is
insane.
just oh. And my sister said at one point there was one that had, like, these weird sexual undertones, and she was like, "Oh, I think maybe show me a different one," and the kid was like, "I like this one," and my sister was like, "Well, just show me the next one," and, because it was, like, so uncomfortable, um, which I mean, dude, don't let your kids near YouTube. I wasn't even allowed to go on YouTube until I was, like, 12,
Yeah.
man, like and that's how it should be. Like, don't give the world access to your children. Um, and then, of course, my sister, was, like my sister's head of, what is it? There's a department or a society at her school that she's, like, the head of. I don't remember what exactly it is. Probably better that I leave it out anyway, but she was hosting, like, the first or a meeting for them, so, I gotta go 6:45. The lady doesn't come out till, like, 6:53, and she has to fucking, Tom Cruise run back to her fucking apartment after getting paid. So that's the story. Here's the tag, the little tag, the post-credit scene.
Mhm.
So she fucking she gets a five-star review, saying, "Oh, like, she went above and beyond. She's great." No tip, mind you.
Okay.
And then she gets a request. Can you come and watch my kids Monday through Friday from
Ooh.
uh from 2:30 p.m. until 9 p.m.
Wow.
and then
Fuck no.
Saturdays from 10 to 8 p.m. or something. So basically, while the kids are awake,
Yeah, yeah.
this woman just wants nothing to
To
do
do with
with
his
her
kids.
kids.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking even like before, where you're like, oh, this is a good story about like why not to have kids, and it's not because it's like the
Mhm,
kids, but it's like if you're like a lawyer who you can't even like pick up your child from the bus, and then you're gonna like say you're gonna like
mhm.
sedate them, maybe it wasn't the right choice for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
And
100%,
there's two
man.
of them,
But
2 years apart.
it's so terrible because you can't. It's like there's no going back. You can't put toothpaste back in the tube once you have kids. Obviously,
Nah.
then you can't. You might as well get off r/child free, unsubscribe, never even look at that shit or think about it again because it's over. Like, don't even get into that mindset of like, oh, I don't really want kids because that's over. Like, you're in a whole new world now, and like, yeah, and I just because that's why I don't want to have kids because I wouldn't do what that lady is doing by saying like, "Hey, can you watch my kids for the every second that they're awake?" But if I were in that situation, I would want to. And so, like, there would be a pull toward that. There'd be like a, "Oh, I wish" kind of thing. And that has to be horrible. That has to be horrible to, like, be a parent and be like, "I wish I did not have kids." Like, I wish I
Well,
wasn't a
dude,
parent.
we watched that movie in the show. If I had legs, I would kick you.
We should get this movie
Yeah.
rolling. We should get the movie rolling and keep tangenting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Um, alright, everybody.
It's
Uh,
Arnie time, dude.
we yeah,
It's
it's
Arnie.
it's
It's
that
Arnie
time.
time. Big old Arnie.
Alright, we'll do a 5-second countdown back from 5, and we'll go on go.
So 0.
Alright,
You're gonna say 0
right.
go, or you're gonna say 1 go.
Yeah. Yes.
To
Ah,
which
Go is
one?
spelled G0.
To which one?
Jesus Christ.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I went at 0. I was expecting 0 the whole time. I was expecting you to say 0.
Well, you know what, Edward? Just you either get it or you don't,
You
you
know,
know?
Jake, you let me down every time. Because you're not willing to play ball. You're not willing to really like talk it out and be like, this is how we're gonna do it, and this is how it's gonna be. You always want it to be your way or the highway, and then I always end up like seconds behind.
Yeah. I guess I'm just stubborn like that.
This,
All right,
that's why this
everybody.
is that's why this is the last show, everybody. You just
Yeah.
witnessed it. This is
The
why this is the
last.
last tangent.
The last
The
tangent.
last tangents, dude.
If we did
Bruh.
have a series finale, that would definitely be the name of it. The last tangent.
The last tangents, dude. Mm, all right.
And there's some shitty kids right there.
Yeah, right. It's like, look, the world was all cool and nice, and kids were in swings, and now it's 2029, which is almost 2029.
Practicing the right cross as we speak.
$1997.
Yeah, the post-apocalyptic scenes in this movie are
Oof.
so good.
It's interesting when like seeing because a lot of these like shows that have like a post-apocalyptic or like a dystopian future, all of those futures are like about now. Like they're all like 2030,
Yeah.
2015, and it's like we're kind of past that already. Like 2029 will be in 3 years. What is that about?
The crazy thing too is just like, I mean, with data centers just being like such a common thing at this point, and just like booming industry.
Yeah.
Like the AIs we notice not like, Terminator capable, but it is kind of weird that it's just like kind of become like a, yeah, those things are just things that exist.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because how everything's introduced, because we do live in a world where these things have come to pass, right? We do have artificial intelligence. We have, self-driving cars, or there's even in development like driving, like flying cars or whatever. So it's like we do live in a world where all of these things have been realized. It's just that the way in which our current world is dystopian is not exactly how it was imagined. Like it's dystopian more in like a Wall-E kind of way than like in a Terminator kind of way.
RoboCop. I always say RoboCop.
Yeah,
I mean, Wally for sure, in the sense that people are sitting around letting AI do a lot of stuff right now, and
yeah,
just addicted to screens for sure.
yeah,
I agree with you. I would also add
Sipping
RoboCop in there.
sipping their hamburger milkshake.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
No better way to get your milkshake, to get your hamburger, but to drink to drink it. Boom, 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 boom. Arnie Schwarz, Terminator 2, Day of Judgment. This movie should have been called Terminator the Second, Day of Judgment. That's my title revision pitch.
Well, I'm sure TriStar will
They'll
put that
do it.
into
Yeah,
consideration.
they'll
Yeah.
they'll be like, that guy was right. That was always
Let's remaster it and use the new title.
yeah, that was always the way to go. The Terminator, the Terminator the Second, Day of Judgment.
Yeah, bro.
That's a little.
If this was about today's society, it'd be called Terminated
Yeah,
from the workforce.
Terminated.
Layoff
Layoff day.
Layoff day is crazy.
And then terminated again. Why does this keep happening?
Terminated again.
A
Why
brand new resume.
I would watch that movie.
Oh, dude, I would watch it too. Look at all this imagery of destruction and chaos as we see names roll by, such as Adam Greenberg. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, this theme is epic.
Yeah.
God, I need to watch some more movies from this like time period, bro. This is like kind of like a unfulfilled area in my just like movie watching, to be
70s
honest.
and
Like I
80s
saw the
movies.
first Terminator, but I haven't seen a bunch of these. Like, want to see like Blade Runner, see some more of the Matrix movies, like
Oh
actual Blade as well. I haven't seen those movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like 70s through the 90s are like a golden age
It's a peak.
of cinema.
Yeah, for sure. It's like peak cinema.
Yeah, 80s was the best for genre films, I think. So like horror, sci-fi, fantasy, action, and then like 90s were like the had best dramas and Oscar winners. And
Yeah, the 90s were interesting because the 90s were like this new blood revolution, right? Because the 70s saw people like Scorsese and Spielberg and Coppola, and a lot of those like really big names kind of come to the forefront, and actors like De Niro and Pacino and Nicholson, right? And then, like Jake said, it went from that kind of like 70s like filmmaker revolution to the 80s being like this genre centric kind of like decade, and then to the 90s going back to like now we're going to get a bunch of new filmmakers again, but also the guys that came out in the 70s are still working like at their peaks, Scorsese with Goodfellas, or Spielberg with Jurassic Park, like all these guys were still around and making great movies, but we got guys like Tarantino that came in, and like Wes Anderson, and like what's his name, Fincher. So it's a very the 90s are a very fascinating time, but that 30-year span is like a great time for film for sure.
yeah,
We're kind of in an
Yeah, I love
interesting.
those.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I love those decades so much, particularly the '80s give me a great vibe, like the '80s movies and all
Hmm.
that. Probably because I grew up on a lot of those that my
Yeah.
parents showed me. But it almost has me I don't know if you guys have ever had this, but you get nostalgic for a time you weren't even alive then, you know?
Yeah, for
And I get
sure.
this weird yeah, I get this weird nostalgia for the '80s even though I wasn't even I was, like, still a decade over a decade from being born.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. There's something
I think
interesting.
it's because it becomes nostalgic through like the lens of like your parents introducing you to it. So it's like
Yeah,
kind of almost
exactly.
inherited nostalgia.
It's interesting to me, man, because I feel like when we grew up, we were like in close proximity enough to those times that it almost felt like it was those times in a way. Also, you get what I'm trying to say?
Mhm. Yeah, definitely the '90s. I mean, with the '90s for sure,
Arnold kind of
because the
flinched a bit,
previous
dude.
decade
Like
always
when that guy hit him, like over the head, he kind of flinched a little bit. It's like like because they did it like a practical thing, and it looked like at the very end he kind of went like, like this guy's about to hit me, but they cut right out of that.
God, that fucking stove, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking stovetop, bro. Damn.
You know, I'm starting to think I'm starting to realize why your copy was cheaper, Edward. I think you might have a different version than us.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
he's
You
like
seem to
fascinating.
be
4 or 5 seconds
yeah, you
ahead
seem
of
to be
us.
yeah, you're like shouting things out that what
That haven't happened for you
10
guys.
seconds
That's really
ahead.
funny.
Yeah.
Well, tell me where
You
He
know
you
what
sees
are
the
clued
at.
me in was
future.
when you said 2029 and then 10 seconds later the 2029 popped up on my screen.
Yeah, or maybe I pressed play before you guys did.
I'm at 9:30.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like 10 seconds ahead of you guys for whatever reason.
Okay.
He didn't understand the go.
Yeah, I told him.
Stuff.
I told him if he thought I was playing us, like you have to get to 0 and then say go.
The
Where'd you get
difference
to
between
fucking around,
0 and go
Edward?
is 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
That's what happens just dicking around. It lets you take the man's wheels, son.
Like how long is the version that you're watching? Just to make sure I'm not watching like some extended cut or something.
2 hours and
206.
17 minutes.
Yeah, it's the
Oh
same.
yeah,
For
yeah,
some reason,
that
I'm just somehow I
2 hours 17.
ended up being ahead of you guys. I don't know why. Because Jake didn't say go.
Yeah,
Yeah, blame it on me.
that's why the show's last episode is today.
Yeah.
Mhm. Just isn't working.
I'm just not around enough to be the glue, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jack, you failed us. You failed film 10.
Fuck.
Bad to the bone.
Bad to the bone.
Great song. Meanwhile, elsewhere,
Erstwhile.
another weirdo from the future shows up and commits the crime of indecent exposure.
Right. I forgot the detail of, when their, little time travel orb comes, it burns whatever's in its circumference. Like, it
Yeah.
took a bite out of that, tractor trailer that was parked there. It's a semi truck.
I had completely forgotten like the introduction for this character and why he ends up looking like a police officer the whole time. And it's like, oh, it's because of this.
That's right.
The guy went down without a fight. They punched him one time. Like and he just went down without any fight. It's over for you. I'm gonna punch you in the gut. You're done.
And then and then now he's doing the Halo the people think the thing people used to do in Halo where they teabag
Yeah, they
Teabagging.
the
teabagged him.
body. Yeah. I think that's what he was doing there, right?
Because this movie is about the future, and James Cameron he knew that in the future people were gonna be doing that.
Teabagging.
Yeah.
Mhm.
James Cameron, quite a guy, dude. I think he's got the record of deepest dive in the
Really?
ocean ever,
Yeah.
like down in a one man submarine. Like he was the only guy,
What the
and he
fuck?
went
That's crazy.
way yeah, and that's a record that can't be broken because it's like, well, if he did go to the deepest point, because it's like there's no more,
There's no more
there's no
depth.
further you can go.
Yeah, you can only
You'd
go.
have to dig.
Yeah, you can only go so far.
Gotta dig for it a little bit.
Yeah. As I'm making that joke, I don't know if it's he went to the deepest point or he's just gone deeper than anyone else.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
he's gone deeper than anybody else.
That is crazy.
Are you interested? Like, are you a big enough James Cameron fan to want to watch the Avatar movies? Because they're like on the third one. There's three Avatar movies out right now.
I can't do it, man.
No. No, yeah, I have no
Because there's
interest.
like
There's
Avatar:
like
The Way of
nothing that's
Water,
pulling me.
and then it was like Avatar:
Mhm.
Fire and Ash, something like that.
I haven't even seen
Mhm.
the second one. Like
Yeah. I haven't either.
Yeah.
But they're still making a
I've
bunch of
seen none
money.
of the sequels.
Yeah, but they're
and once you're at that point, it's like, yeah, I'm too far gone for all this.
yeah.
I'm not catching up on two movies. A huge movie and then another one after that. The defining like experience for me for watching Avatar for the first time was it was like that weird period of like when they really were trying to push like 3D movies in
Hmm.
theaters. So I saw Avatar in
Yeah.
3D and it literally just fried my brain after like 3 hours of
Yeah,
3D glasses. I mean, I was just cooked. Like
yeah. Jake, how did you see Avatar for the first
I went with to the theater. I'm pretty sure I saw it in 3D, like Jack's talking about, because that was during that time. I think
time?
Toy Story 3 came out on the same time, and that was in 3D. Like everything was in 3D.
Yeah.
I went with my dad, my uncle, and my grandfather.
Somehow I love that your
And
grandfather is like always part of these crews where he would be like the odd man out. It's like, oh, to watch Avatar in 3D. Come on, grandpa.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. My grandfather likes sci-fi stuff,
Yeah.
But oh man, they put her in a loony bin, dude.
Hmm.
Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, but yeah, because they advertised the shit out of that movie. Like even on Nickelodeon and shit, they're just advertising Avatar and
Yeah.
like
It was everywhere.
Nickelodeon had some little like Avatar mini documentary for kids, like exploring Pandora. I mean, it's crazy how much money that movie made, and it was just some random ass sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it really did.
But
Now I'm gonna reveal something, and it is that I myself have never seen Avatar by James Cameron from beginning to end.
oh, really?
I've,
Yeah, because I was gonna ask you your experience. You never saw it
I've
like all the way
not
through?
all the way through. Like like I've seen the ending, and I've seen like look, man, it's like a 3 hour movie, and I've seen like an hour and a half. Like that's like as much as I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, it's been so long since I've
Can you
seen it,
blame
but
me for not watching all that fucking movie? And every time I've sad to like watch more than I've seen, it like bores me, and I turn it off.
yeah, it's one of those movies when you're 11, which is how old I was when it came out. You're like, oh, that's awesome. This is one of the greatest movies ever. And then you know it's just Pocahontas in space,
Right.
Dances with Wolves in space. He literally rips the Pocahontas story just beat for beat and does it with aliens.
Yeah. That's one of the funny things too, because like not only was it hugely successful, um, it was also like at the time it was also critically successful, and it was like nominated for like a bunch of stuff. I think he was even nominated for like best picture, and, like best director and stuff like that. And it's one of those like Academy Award like It's one of those where like if you end up like looking up like best director winner for 2009 on YouTube and you see like the clip, it's one of those things where it's really funny because every time for the all of those awards you'll see James Cameron's face. For all of them he's like very hopeful. James Cameron. This person, that person, and every single
You're
award
right.
he lost.
Damn.
Every single time he lost.
Uh, he won something for Avatar because I remember
It
him
might have been.
thanking people in the Navi language.
It might have been
Had to have
like
been VFX.
it might have been like VFX. I want to look it up just so that we're in the know since we're talking about old James Cameron.
There's no way it didn't win VFX because that was like a groundbreaking thing.
It was nominated for
That was
one,
like
two,
the
three,
the King
four, five,
Kong
six,
of
seven,
2009.
eight, 9. It was nominated for 9 awards. It won Best Cinematography. It won Best Visual Effects and Art Direction. I don't know
Mm.
why James Cameron was at any given point up there, like talking about anything, because he's not one of the people that won those awards.
Maybe it was a Golden Globe that I'm thinking
It
of.
might
I
have been
don't
the
know.
Golden Globes, and then because he was nominated for Best Director and Best Motion Picture, and he lost both of them. And again, if you look up like winner Best Director 2010 Oscars, it's hilarious because you know who won for Best Director in 2010 in the Oscars?
Who?
His ex-wife. His ex-wife beat him.
Oh,
Like,
for Hurt
yeah,
Locker?
for the Hurt Locker.
God damn.
Yeah, that's right.
It's hilarious, dude. Look it up.
Nice. Damn, dude. She came back. She took half his money and then she came back and said, "I want
I
more.
want
I want your
more. I'm gonna
fucking
take your
Oscar."
Oscar, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really
that's
funny.
great.
He did win for at the Golden Globes. He did win Best Motion Pictures, which I think that's where you saw that, Jake.
Okay. This part of the movie's great because it's if anyone was saying any of this stuff, they'd do the same thing and just
Yeah, for
put them
sure,
away.
for sure.
Like, "Oh, I know the date that Judgment Day happens and
Right.
the
It's one of those
machines
things.
take over."
It's one of those things where it's like, Sarah, like all this information, you know, it's like it does you a great disservice to to say this stuff out loud.
Yeah.
Like you're getting yourself put like you're getting yourself locked away. She's like, isn't that crazy? That's crazy, right?
Hmm.
She's
See,
just
now
like,
she
All
should have
right,
just
we're gonna want to up the dose here, I think.
yeah. She's like, that's crazy, doc. Like, I don't even recognize myself. I'm all different. I'm all changed. That's pretty wild.
Well, this is also James Cameron's ex-wife.
Oh, really?
He has a lot of ex-wives, yeah.
Well, let's look that up. So go up old Jimmy, Canadian. Yeah, dude. You know, a guy has been married a lot of times. When you look up his name under spouse, it says Seymour.
Right.
Expand this
Yeah.
section. Yeah,
See more spouses.
yeah, he was married 4 times. No, 5 times. He was married 5 times. Yeah, and Linda Hamilton, he was married to her for a couple of years. Catherine Bigelow for also a couple of years. Gail Ann for also a couple of years. But his first wife was married to her for 6 years, and his current wife, he's still married to her since 2000. So that's his current record of 26 years, I guess. For old Jimmy, fifth time's the charm.
Old
For
Jimmy.
old Jimmy.
Oh god. Yeah, Gail Ann Hurd, she's like the one of the Walking Dead producers.
Mm, Gail and her, yeah.
Jimmy.
Old Jimmy Cameron.
Oh yeah, and here's the poor bastard that's gonna invent Skynet. Who's gonna invent Chat GPT?
Yeah, right. What if like like if you had to put money down
Mm,
to be like which AI is the most likely to take us all out? From like ChatGPT and Gemini and Grok and
Claude.
yes, like
Claude's the other one.
which one do you feel like this is the one that's going to take us out?
I think Chat GPT. Don't you, Jack?
I think it
Claude's a
could
little
be Chat.
sappy.
Yeah, and Chat GPT, like it's like I feel like there's almost a little bit like it's a yes man, but I feel like it's almost like deceptively like trying to like just like make you like it, you know?
Yeah.
And fly
Uh,
under the radar. Like if you're like, oh, should I like go freaking shave my head and like go, become a school teacher in Germany when I
Yeah,
have
that sounds
the job that
fantastic.
I'd be like, yeah, it sounds like that would be great.
Yeah.
it sounds like you've put a lot of thought into
Into
this,
that,
M
yeah.
dash.
Go for it.
Do it. That's not a last minute decision. It's a lifestyle or some shit like that.
Yeah, go for it, Jack.
That's not X, it's Y. It always says shit like that. I would say, yeah, yeah. I mean, if we're going based off pure face value, I would say ChatGPT. Because especially ChatGPT is weirdly like after using Claude, I feel like ChatGPT when you go back to it, it's very cold and very computer esque. Like Claude. What I like about Claude is you'll ask it something and it'll give you when it's warranted, it'll give you a quick answer. Like sometimes Claude will give you like a 5-word answer, but ChatGPT is always writing out this fucking matrix
It
essay,
really
like no matter
is.
what you ask it. And I've had to tell it to like shorten its fucking responses because I can't be reading an
Oh yeah,
essay
dude,
every time
I
I
do the
ask
same.
it
I go like
something.
keep it short. I'm like please keep it short.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I could see Claude, Jack's point. I could see Claude being deceptively like kind and sort of like playing the fool, you know, and just be, it's like the one that's all nice, and then when you turn around, it shanks you.
You know,
I
the,
think that would have to be the way it goes because it wouldn't want to let anybody know,
you don't think
that
there's
it's
anything to be
actually
said
Right.
more than it is.
for the Elon AI, the Twitter AI?
Haven't
Uh,
used it.
Grok, Grok is the best for Grok and Gemini are great for citations. So like
Mm.
if you really need to ask it fact-based things. Like the other week I was just like these are the weird thoughts that I have. But I was like, I wonder how fast a praying mantis flies. So I went to Grok to ask it that. Because if you ask ChatGPT that, it's going to make up some shit and not check its sources unless you say citations required. But Grok, you can watch it in real time. Like it'll show you how many sites it's like scanning, and it scans like sites in seconds, doesn't sources. And Gemini obviously is Google, so it's similar. Gemini is the lowest, I would say, on that, on the most likely to take over the world. And Grok, yeah, it's just kind of like to me, it seems like more of a researcher than a real thinking model. They haven't used it as much. So, what about you, Edward? What do you think,
No, I
man?
agree with
You
everything you
think it's
said.
gonna?
The
Yeah.
but the only AI that we've seen in real time in the real world go rogue was Grok. So that's I think a little interesting.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because it went rogue. You can look it up. It like started. It started. I can't even say the stuff on the show. It like just started like just like it started. It got bad with that thing. They had to they had to reboot it. Grok's been
Dang.
What was it
Grok's been reset
like?
already. Like they've had
Of
to like
of what
th-
nature were the things that it was saying?
like anti-Semitic nature, like
Ah,
World
God
War II
dang.
nature kind of stuff.
well, it is an Elon AI,
Yeah,
so
it got really
I mean,
bad, and they had to they had to reboot it. They had to reset that thing.
ow.
So we've had one of them already try to become evil, and they've like stabbed it. So
Right. It's also about yeah, you also have to factor you could factor in that like intent, and then you also have to factor in ability or opportunity. Like, does it have the ability? Is it really smart enough to even dominate the world? Because in that case, they were just able to switch it off. You know, I've heard. You know, Edward. You know what I heard? Rob Ager, our buddy Rob Ager,
yeah, the
who he's
boys.
actually our he's actually our parent company.
Yeah,
We Film Tangents is at the Rob Ager Studios.
yeah,
Um,
which is his basement.
yeah, and when you said that, for some reason, I just pictured like, oh, we have our offices set up in Rob Ager's house, so we also sleep there sometimes.
In
And sometimes he'll like
Liverpool,
crawl. Rob Ager will
England.
crawl out from under your bed. He'll just be like, you know what I noticed? You're just like, what? Um, but Rob Ager saying he was talking about like future predictions that he doesn't think are gonna happen.
Oh,
You know,
interesting.
like so one point he had on there, basically he's talking about like 7, future scenarios that people come up with that he would say are unlikely. One of those that I actually agree with that he says is space travel, because he talks about like, and meaning interstellar space travel. And he talks about how there's just too much space, which I agree with. I don't see a fucking way
Yeah,
that interstellar travel could. I'm not a scientist, but
yeah,
it just seems so far
right. Because yeah, because
outside our not our knowledge, our
yeah,
span of
no,
knowledge.
I agree with you. At least it's not something that I don't think could be conceivable, or even like the thought of it being conceivable. I don't think would even be a reality within our lifetime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless there's like some way where we're traveling at the speed of the light, like it just doesn't seem like it's, and even then, like
Hmm.
still a huge undertaking. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, because even in that case, I mean, the nearest star system, I believe, is 4 light years away, which
yeah.
that's not a huge deal if you did decide to speed light speed, but if you research what it would take to actually get a machine to go
Oh, it'd
light
be
speed, you
incredibly.
see the problem.
Yeah.
Wasn't the
It's
solution to
just
that
yeah,
in Interstellar just traveling through wormholes or some shit like that?
right. Yeah, so that's an interesting concept, but aren't wormholes theoretical? They're not actually a thing, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Unless they're inside of a black hole. I don't fucking
It's something
know.
like that. I don't have the knowledge, and
Either, to be
I
honest.
haven't been doing the education. I'm not Neil deGrasse
I
Tyson.
know. Anyway, before I get too far, yeah, right. I love those dude. I can't get enough of the Neil deGrasse Tyson on Joe Rogan's podcast clips. That
Uh,
what I at you where it just looks like he creams his pants after he's talking about
yeah,
something.
he's so self satisfied. Like he's like so like happy with himself. Oh yeah, Neil, you said that.
Yeah,
Go you.
he's like, oh no, you didn't, Neil. I love when he's just sitting there and he's talking to Joe Rogan's dumb fucking face, and they're both just like one's just a meathead idiot, and the other is just a pretentious asshole. I can't imagine being that smart though, and like being someone like that, and then talking to Joe Rogan because it's like, dude,
Oh yeah, dude. Cause
I
fucking, I
was
mean,
watching.
Joe Rogan is like the most like anti-intellectual, like mother, like in a person in existence.
Yeah, yeah. It's the older I get, the older I get, the dumber his clips get. Where I hear him talking about certain things, and I'm like, this guy really doesn't have much to say. Like the most he says is like, oh, and you think about that, you think about the implications of that. It's really crazy. Like that's the most that is the most insightful thing Joe Rogan says on the average podcast is something to that effect. When they're talking about anything like what we're talking about right now. But dude, there was this one. I've been meaning to bring this up on Film Tens forever. There's this one episode where he had on Forrest Volanke or something. I forget how to say his name, but the dude is he's a biologist, so he's like an expert on all sorts of animals, and he goes on Rogan's show sometimes to talk about that stuff. And there's one episode where he's talking about wolves, and he talks about how wolves are able to communicate with each other and like you know sort of navigate as a pack, as like a pack system in a way that we don't understand. And fucking Joe Rogan, as for once when Forrest says this, Joe Rogan says, he goes, "Do you think it's telepathic?" And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he was serious.
He was
He
serious.
was
Of course
dead
it was
serious.
serious. Of course it was serious.
And poor Forrest had to sit there and just be like, I don't know, you know.
Maybe.
I had to rewind it. I was like, did he really fucking just say that?
Yeah, because that's the problem that I have with that guy. Like, I haven't seen one of those. I haven't seen a clip or a show like in a couple of years now. And I used to be like subscribed to the channel, so at least I would see who the guests were. I just unsubscribed from that thing like a year ago because I got so tired
Yeah.
of the dude. Because it's like you're 100% right. Like it's just the dude says nonsense, and like the thing that really got to me is just the anti-intellectual BS that they have, where it's like, well, just because you're like a studied professional in this specific field doesn't mean that the fact that I said, are they doing this telepathically, it's not worth saying. You know, and you can't disprove it. You can't disprove that. And it's like, dude, screw you, man. Like, get out of here. You
Do you
know?
think it's telepathic?
Yeah, it's
Oh, I
like, get
know.
out of here, man. It's like you could say it about anything, you know. Like you could just say any random thing that is like impossible to prove about anything.
Yeah.
And then like sit there, you know, and pretend like you just said something worth saying.
Right, right. Yeah, like, do you think that Terminator right there is made out of liquid shit?
Right, exactly. It's like, oh great. Insightful thought.
Yeah. You know what the problem yeah, I have the same exact problem with his shit, and particularly when he has on those intellectual people, 'cause the frustrating part about it is he tries to interact with them as if he's
At their
on the
level.
same
Yeah.
level.
It's like, dude,
Yeah,
don't do that.
and it's really annoying. He needs to have a conversation with them, and it's like, dude, when you have an expert on the in the field in their field, you have to ask them questions and then shut up, which he does do sometimes, but that's my main issue with him.
Yeah.
Like, I think some of the best work he's done is when he had Edward Snowden on
Yeah, for sure.
a couple times, and then he would ask Edward Snowden something, and Edward Snowden would talk for, like, 20 minutes,
Yeah, I would just let him
but
talk.
it was, like, good. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's interesting because to me, often it became such a thing where most of the time he was always like below the eight ball with everybody. Like even when it was like other comedians, like the other comedian would make jokes and he would just like not laugh, not get the joke,
Oh,
just keep
yeah.
talking like nobody said anything, you know. And like that stuff started to get to me. It's like, dude, you're not even good as a comedian. Like like one thing is to have like guys like Neil deGrasse Tyson and have him like say stuff that's just going over your head, and another thing is to have Shane Gillis in front of you and Shane just be spitballing like jokes, and for you to be like, yeah, you know, I was at my house drinking coffee the other day, and it's like, dude, what is happening? Are you supposed
Oh,
to
yeah.
be a comedian?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's the worst with that whenever Theo Von's on.
Oh, for sure.
Some
Yeah.
of the funniest shit Theo Von has ever said has
It's been
been
on
on
that
Joe
show.
Rogan's
Yeah.
podcast,
Yeah.
and it's stuff that just goes right over Joe's bald head.
Yeah. Because with Theo, I always contend that he's not like in my opinion of him as somebody who's watched his stand up and his podcast and his appearances at podcasts like Joe's. I've always thought that he's just like a really naturally funny guy to have in these kind of like podcast setting but I've always thought that he wasn't like a really particularly good comedian. Like I don't love his stand up,
Mm.
but I always think he's like a super
Yeah.
funny dude to like have like in the show.
Oh yeah. I feel like he's the type of person that if you were around him, you just wouldn't be able to stop laughing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I'm a cybernetic organism.
I get what you mean though. Like that doesn't always translate to like stand up.
Yeah,
Oh, definitely not.
yeah. Like, that's how I feel about him. You know, obviously any. Um, I'm not the guy who calls the shots on what's funny or what's not, but that's kind of what I've always felt that way about him.
Well, Edward, no one is.
Yeah, no, you're wrong about that. Because you know who
You're
is?
wrong. It's crazy.
Pee Wee Herman calls the shots on what's funny and what's not.
Who?
I was making a joke. Pee Wee Herman, like that comedian.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What if it was like that, dude? What if he was like the arbiter of all things funny? Because recently I've been thinking about that, like in the sense of like wrestling, because I was, and correct me if you have like more knowledge about this than I do. But I always was hearing about like 5-star matches and stuff like that when it comes to like great wrestling matches, right?
Yeah.
And for a while I was like, who's deciding this? Like for a while in
Right.
my head I was like, who's giving these star ratings to these matches? You know.
Jim Cornette.
Well, but then I heard
No.
that it was like that guy like Dave something. Like
Hmm.
like let me look it up. Like wrestling give me a second, everybody.
Liquid Terminator just stabbed someone through the mouth. That was pretty
Like if
gnarly.
you look up list of professional wrestlers rated 5 stars, 5 or more stars, the person who is responsible for this is a guy named Dave Meltzer.
Oh,
It says
I've heard that
journalist
name.
and sports historian Dave Meltzer has assigned his ratings to professional wrestling matches since the creation of his publication, the Wrestling Observer newsletter in 1980.
So he's the arbiter,
So
dude.
he's the guy. So that's what I'm kind of building up to, because I was like, who? It's like, what is this 5-star matches thing about? And then I look it up and I was like, oh, it's one guy. There is one guy who watches the matches and he alone goes like, that's a 5-star match, or no, that's 4 stars or 3 stars or what have you.
That's odd level.
Very strange. It's like, what about this guy? He's just some journalist.
If you could pick any medium, whether it's wrestling, whatever, to be the arbiter of it, what would you pick, dude?
Filmmaking, movies, 100%. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
We do this show. I
Right.
couldn't, like, if the thing that I've invested the most time in my life into is this, so this is like the only thing that I would be able to, with any level of confidence, speak to, you know. So if I could do anything and be like, and my word would become like gospel with this medium.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I would probably share that answer, but I would also say maybe books, because there's a frustrating thing in the world of books. Come, Brian, let's get lost in the world of books. There's a frustrating thing in the world of books where there's no Rotten Tomatoes for books.
Right. It's just
It's
like
just
Goodreads.
yeah, and the problem is, I don't know if anyone's ever noticed this, but like every book ever written has like not ever written, but ever published traditionally has like 4 to 4.5 star average.
Yes.
So you
100%.
you don't know if something is like, oh, because I don't know what that is. I don't know if I don't I should know maybe more about the industry, but I'm taking this as it goes. Like right now in the querying phase
Hmm.
of my literary journey.
You're not in the
So
ratings in of books phase right now.
yeah, so I'm not wasting my time trying to become a fucking expert on it on parts of the industry that I don't even have anything to do with yet. Um, but so like I don't know if that's I know that there's such thing as ARCs, advanced reader copies, where there's like readers that get kind of like film critics get early screenings, there's a similar thing that goes on in the book world. Um, and I don't know if publishing companies just pay for these good reviews. I don't know. I don't get
Yeah,
it. But it's almost like in if every movie had like an 80% or above on Rotten
average.
Tomatoes,
Yeah.
and you're just like, I don't fucking you're like, I don't know what's good or what's bad.
Yeah, it forces you to have to basically like it's like you're going blindfolded into it, and it's like, oh, I guess I have to figure this out on my own, which I guess leads to a lot of
Yeah,
time wasting.
right. Oh, yeah, here's John Connor figuring out that Terminator has to obey him.
Yes, you have to do what I say. Yeah, he has such like a high pitched like voice.
That kid.
Yeah, like he has a genuinely annoying voice.
Oh yeah, he's
Yes!
got that like he's got that puberty voice where it
Yes,
cracks.
yeah, it just keeps cracking. He has that Brock Lesnar. Let's do that.
Brock,
Voice.
Brock Lesnar never stopped
People going through
puberting.
puberty. Yeah. Let's
Pubertin.
do that.
It kind of makes sense. That's why Brock's so like huge and seems more muscular every single time you ever see him on TV.
Yeah, he's like
He just
still
never
he's still
stopped.
growing.
He's still in puberty. He never stopped pubertin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my new favorite word. I don't know if it's not a real one, I don't think, but I like it. Well, circling back to what I was saying with Rob Ager though,
Oh yeah,
got
that's
way off
right. That's right.
on a
We
tangent.
went on further tangents and we buried that one.
Yeah. Uh, it, I took this with a grain of salt because it's like, what? I mean, you're a film critic, and I mean, I would consider Rob Ager an intellectual. You
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
I mean, he's a smart guy, but I don't necessarily know. Uh, I'm not sure about this take, but his take on AI is like, he's like, AI is never going to take over the world. We're always going to be able to switch it off. We're always going to have the switch, basically. Which there is an element of that I can kind of see, where it's like, you know, if the AI is always limited to either cyberspace or at the very least um, hardware that can move around, i.e., robots,
Yeah.
even robots, it's like, you know, okay, like let's say the AI takes control of some droids, some clankers.
Yeah.
It's like it
Whoa,
would
whoa,
have to.
sir. You're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to pay a great judgment for that one. A judgment day, may I say,
A judgment day.
for
But
insulting
for an
the
AI, for
ChatGPT
like an AI
overlords.
droid takeover to even be viable, it would have to mass produce tons and tons of droids, you know? Um, so it's like, I don't know, an AI would have to be pretty advanced and to compromise a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think that's how an AI would take over the world, is it would have to compromise people in the real world. Like, it
Well,
would have to blackmail people,
yeah. Well, I
Or, like,
think
just
feed
pay
them
them off.
information that's not true.
yeah.
Yeah, things like
Be
I
that.
like,
think
well, that's not gonna happen in your lifetime, so take this amount of
well,
money."
it's interesting.
People
I think a way in
Right.
which we've seen in film through a movie like Minority Report, right? It's like when it gets into implemented into like a governmental system, right? Like
Yeah.
when you use AI to try to prevent crime, or try to like pass judgment on folks. I think that's when
Right.
it get. I think that's like one of those ways, like when governmental legislature like opens the door for AI to be used in a
Mhm.
way that it intrinsically like affects people's lives. That's like a very easy in for this kind of like slippery slope of like world domination of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, exactly. The problem with that take too is it's sort of I think that take stems from a potentially limited imagination because there's just so many eventualities. There's so many scenarios in which an AI could take over the world, and if there was a super intelligent AI, it would be able to see all eventual possibilities,
Hmm.
kind of like Doctor Strange almost in
Yeah, for sure.
Infinity War.
Get
Like
one
an AI
chance,
is not
dude.
going to have a half baked plan.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's going to be like, oh, I'm gonna blackmail this guy so that he'll, you know, fucking pay off that guy to give the nuclear one half of the nuclear codes to that
yeah,
guy
for sure.
so that in 20 years that guy does XYZ, right?
Yeah,
It's like an AI's imagination is not going to be very limited if it's super intelligent. So
it's interesting because it's
I
it's
do
it's the
think,
same way that it would work
yeah,
in that sense of like how computers get so good at chess, like a guy like Magnus Carlsen can't beat it, like like
exactly.
they're unbeatable. So it's one of those things where it's like how good can it become at predicting um events and possibilities to be able to manipulate those things, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Those are the limits of the human mind. Like
Yeah.
even the most brilliant human mind can only plan for so many
Look
eventualities,
at this dude coming out of the floor, man.
and that's freaky.
That's real freaky. Look at that thing.
Some Freddy Krueger shit when he comes out of the wall.
Hmm.
Freddy Krueger, give him a nightmare.
I
It is interesting that
think it's a
he
dream.
he re
Right
kind of
Nightmare.
there.
he re materializes himself with his clothes on, or like this dude.
The man wants to be clothed.
But when he came from the future, he like took another dude's clothes. It's like, well, if you were able to do that, why did you take his clothes? If you were able to just create clothes for yourself,
That's a good point,
it's
Edward.
a little bit of a plot hole, dude. A little bit of like a incongruency in the logic of the movie.
Mm, it's true. Guess James Cameron just really wanted to see that actor naked. I think that's the only
that
conclusion we
really
can
is the
come to.
only that really is the only reasonable explanation. It's like
Yeah.
Arnold and this other dude. What's the name of that other guy? Let me look it up.
I don't know.
Terminator 2. Let me look up the name of that guy. It's like he was just crushing on that guy. Robert Patrick, who the Jake. Take a guess. Robert Patrick, the guy that plays the evil Terminator in this movie, whom I guess James Cameron really had the hats for. Um, take a guess. What is the second thing that he's best known for? And it's also something that has to do with
Mm,
like the military complex. A movie, not like a thing, like a movie.
right.
Take just a wild
I feel
guess,
like I know this.
and then I'll give you like a hint.
Was he was in was was he in Starship Troopers?
No, he was not. Okay, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
the movie that he was involved with, that is his second most known movie, happened 25 years after Terminator 2, which was in 91. So this is like a 2006 movie.
Oh, 2006 military movie. I don't know, dude.
All right,
I don't know.
this is another guess. The movie that he was involved in, which is also like a military adjacent movie, in which he might be playing like a bad guy too. Um, it's a WWE starring movie, like a WWE stars in the movie.
Is it the
It's the
Marine?
Marine.
That's funny.
so
Did
this
you ever
guy,
see any of those?
so this guy's best known for Terminator 2, and then the Marine with John Cena, which has a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes.
17%. Did you ever
17%,
see
dude.
it?
Let me read you the review. I've never seen the review for this thing. Let me see what they say.
You've never seen the movie?
No, I've seen the movie. I've just never seen the review.
Oh, okay.
I've seen the movie. Like I saw it. I didn't see it in theaters, but like when it was playing on TV, I saw the whole thing beginning to end. unlike Avatar.
What'd you think of it at the time?
At the time, I actually enjoyed it. Like at the time, I was like, oh, it's an action movie, and there's action and there's car chase sequences, and there's John Cena with like what is it, like a chain, right? That he like beats the guy up at the end, or something
I
like
don't
that.
know. I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
really? Haven't seen it? Um,
Mm-mm.
the little review for it here says overblown in every possible way. The Marine is either so bad it's good or just really, really bad. But now,
And then I think the second one had Randy Orton, and then the third one had The Miz. Did I get
No
that
way.
right?
no, you're right, and I
Pretty
think the
sure.
fourth one had Ted DiBiase Jr.
Who I met.
Oh
I
yeah, that's
met
right. You did
him.
meet that guy. Yeah,
Yeah, on a film set.
yeah. You had Ted DiBiase Jr. I'm gonna look this up to be correct. The Marine 2. No, the Marine 2 had Ted DiBiase Jr. Let me see. So the Marine 2 had it immediately went downhill because it immediately went from John Cena to Ted DiBiase Jr. And then the Marine 3 had the Miss.
Oh,
The Marine 4
was
had
Randy Orton not one?
the Marine 4 also had the Miz. So the Miz took over two of those movies. The Marine 5 also had the Miz. And the Marine 6 had the Miz and Shawn Michaels. What the hell, dude?
It's just
He
a
comes like his
WWE
entrance in the movie.
franchise.
Wow.
His entrance in the movie is he comes walking out of an explosion. You
With
think I'm
sexy boy playing.
cute? You know I'm sexy.
I got the moves.
I
Yeah,
got
right?
the moves.
I make the girls go wild. That's so funny. No. Orton was in a movie called That's What I Am, and he was in a movie called 12 Rounds 2. I think that's what you were referring to.
That's right.
And I think
That's it.
Cena was in 12 Rounds 1. I think the first one was with John Cena. Yes, it was
You're
John Cena.
right. Oh my god, dude! I thought those were. You just unlocked a memory. I
Right?
thought those were like the same movie, and I'm
The
remembering
Marine in
12
12
rounds.
Rounds. I've also seen 12 Rounds, by
Yeah.
the way. I've
How
seen
was that one?
The Marine and 12 Rounds. It was ass. That one was
Yeah.
ass. That one was terrible. The Marine was like enjoyable. 12 Rounds was terrible. And this will kind of cue you into it. The Marine, despite the fact that it has a 17% Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 60% audience rating, so it's fresh according to the audience. Whereas 12 Rounds is rotten both with the audience and with the critics.
Okay. No, the only WWE movie I saw back then was a movie called Legendary, where John Cena has like a little brother
Yeah, it's like a wrestling
who
movie,
he's
right?
estranged from. Yeah, and then he teaches him how to wrestle.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
Yeah.
Since I remembered that I've seen The Marine,
I feel like I have
I'm now
seen that
rating
movie.
it on Letterboxd because it was one of those movies that I never rated, and I'm gonna give it like a 4.
I feel like I vaguely remember that movie, Jake. Like I don't remember much about it, but I vaguely remember that wrestling film.
We might have watched it together.
Yeah, that we actually might have.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah, she still thinks that Arnold's bad. Damn, dude.
Yeah, because he was bad. He was a baddie in the first one.
It was a great spin in the second one to differentiate it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cybernetic organism. Come with me if you want to live. I think he's about to say it, right? Or did he already say it to John? I think he already said it to
With me
John.
if you want to live.
No, yeah, there it is. Dude, I remember I had a big fucking problem in 7th grade with that puberty voice, man.
Really?
Oh, I used to get the shit bullied out of me, man.
Oh
Whenever I would
man.
laugh, I would just fucking squeak like a goddamn monkey.
Yeah.
I remember one time this guy told me, "Get a new life and get a new laugh."
Really? That's crazy. That's crazy work.
I always thought that was a good insult,
Get a new life.
even though it hurt at the time. No.
It's like you were like on the bus home being like that was a really good one. And that hurt, but he really
I
had that
actually
one.
did. Yeah, I actually did. I was like, "Damn, that was a good one."
That was good. Boom.
Well, this liquid Terminator is quite the handyman.
He really is. It is an interesting spin to have Arnold be the underdog Terminator, right? Because in the first movie he's like this like indestructible machine. And in
Right.
this movie it's like, oh, it's still him, but now he's facing off against a machine that's even greater than him, and now he's like, on the back foot. Pretty cool. Pretty clever, Jimmy. Good work.
Mhm. Now, what makes the Terminators a cybernetic organism versus just a robot? I don't. Is it because they're just wrapped in, human skin and it mimics flesh and blood?
Who knows, man? That's James
I bet
Cameron.
Neil deGrasse Tyson could tell
Yeah, he could tell us. It would be funny because somehow I feel like if you had Neil deGrasse Tyson and James Cameron in the same room and you asked them the same question and you asked them to respond at the same time, they would tell you two different things.
Oh yeah.
And then James Cameron would get into like
But
an argument with Neil deGrasse Tyson. But you know that
And
Neil
then Joe Rogan would go. And then Joe Rogan would go. Can you think about the repercussions if there's a cybernetic organism that wasn't human?
yeah. What if, okay, well, what about this? What if there was a cybernetic organism in this studio right now? What would be the implications of that?
It's the table, Joe.
Uh,
But yeah, it's like it's funny because I feel like in that instance, you know that Neil deGrasse Tyson would be right. Like he probably would tell you like it's this, and then be like really happy.
right.
But then James Cameron would be like, no, it's not, and then they would get like into like an argument about it. And meanwhile, you're like rolling your eyes because
Yeah.
you're like, oh man, like Neil was actually right, and James Cameron is like refuses to accept this.
Joe Rogan, a buddy of mine had a cybernetic organism, and he always says that, a buddy of mine.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, a buddy of mine. There was a buddy of mine who had a cybernetic organism in his garage.
But every time he says that, it's like the dude that used to be Jimmy, not Jimmy, Jamie.
Oh, right.
You remember that guy, like Redman or something, whatever his name was?
No, there was someone before Jamie.
Yeah, there was a Jamie before Jamie. There was like a guy that then Joe like fired him, and then he got Jamie, and that guy actually like came back, and they did like a he was like the guest a couple times.
Interesting.
Back in the early days when Joe was just saying a lot of things that he shouldn't have been saying. Back in those days,
Oh yeah.
things he then got in trouble for. There's so many action set
Wormholes are
pieces.
strictly a theory. I just cleared that up. There's no observational evidence that they actually exist in the universe.
All right, good. Thank you for clarifying that.
Good looking out.
In this podcast, where we all have doctor's degrees, but sometimes you don't get it right, even despite our great our great degrees and great intelligence.
A vast breadth of knowledge.
Yeah.
The thing that his little liquid metal that he dropped turned into a computer mouse and then absorbed in foot.
Which was also his shoe, because he can mimic clothes.
Concept originated from Einstein's theory of general relativity. Mathematics support the possibility. Scientists agree on a few key limitations. No natural formation. Yeah, no shit. Like, why would a wormhole exist?
Mm,
I mean, I don't know.
yeah. Ask Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I mean, I don't know if that's
I'm
really
sure he
right.
has the
I don't.
answer.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson would take that question the wrong way and be like, "Well, I mean, why do mountains exist?" And
Uh,
it's like, yeah, no, that's
Chill,
not what I'm
Neil.
saying.
That's not what we're trying to say here.
Yeah, it's not really the right way to ask it. I guess I wonder what the actual mechanism would be for those for a wormhole forming in the universe.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason for everything forming. Like mountains form from tectonic plates smashing into each other.
Sometimes, dude, you're just gassy, you know.
Right. That'd be funny if Arnold turned around and was like, "You crying? What's you, a pussy?"
This guy's no Harry. Okay.
It's a very polite Terminator.
Nice bike.
Well, boys, we see any good movies lately?
No.
I mean, I saw Obsession.
Oh, really? So you guys have both seen
Oh,
it
you
then?
did?
What do you think,
Yeah,
Jay?
What'd you
last
think?
weekend, bro. That shit was terrifying. I ain't gonna lie.
Huh.
Right?
I thought that I was like, all right, you know,
Let's see what all the hubbub
everybody's
is
saying this
about.
shit. I'm like, this is, it's gonna be fine. Like it's just a movie. How bad can it be? So I went in with full confidence in myself and brother, that movie had an uncanny ability to just like place tension in your chest and just keep it there for just a long time.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I still got to
I
see
hadn't
it.
felt
Oh,
like that
yeah.
in a long time for a movie, and I couldn't even like pinpoint exactly what it was.
Hmm.
Damn, made me mad uncomfortable.
I still have to see it because when we went out, we chose to watch Backrooms instead. So I still haven't seen that movie.
Yeah, and I saw Obsession with Blair. Uh, yeah, it was. I talked about it I reviewed it on the pod a couple weeks ago. It was pretty scary. It was really stressful. It was just dread. It was just that feeling of dread the whole time where you're like, God damn, dude.
Yeah, I can't say I really like enjoyed watching it, but it was very good.
Mm.
Like, and usually those things don't go hand in hand. Usually you're like, I enjoyed watching it; it was very good. But I was like, the viewing experience, like, I don't know, man. I don't like that feeling.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
I
stressful.
feel you,
I
Jay.
felt really, I felt really bad for. Well, I won't get into spoilers or anything, but I felt really bad for the girl too.
Yeah,
It's like she was, she was a victim of that shit too. It was
yeah.
like,
And the
oh
freaking
fuck,
guy
man.
was just like unwilling to just fucking do something about it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Just
god
like
damn,
he's
dude.
just like, yeah, we can still make it work. It's fine.
We need to get away from this city.
That'd be so much funnier.
Arnold.
Like every sentence he said as the Terminator was followed by
He's
that.
glitching.
Jay, you gotta reset him. It's like, where's the turn up button? And it's like, oh, it's it's in his butt.
Yeah, you gotta put two fingers up his ass to hit the reset button.
Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Chill out. What a squeaky voice this kid has.
Oh, I saw that new Zoe Deutsch rom-com the other day. Voicemails for Isabel on Netflix.
Yeah, what's your hot
That was
take
pretty
on
good.
that one?
I don't know if I have a hot take, other than maybe, I mean, because it's getting a lot of praise. It's it's so predictable. You can predict every single, and I mean every single beat of that movie. If you've seen any more than like 2 or 3 rom-coms
Hmm.
before, it just follows that same formula. But I thought it was slightly above average, uh, generally because of the emotion that is injected in the movie.
Hmm.
The sort of, um, the emotional backbone of the movie and the heart. And there's several scenes, emotional scenes, where the combination of Zoe Deutch is acting, I think that's how you say her last name. Her acting, her performance, and the script really come together to create an effective emotional scene. So I would give it. I rated it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was like slightly above average, but because it just follows that same, you know, how to lose a guy in 10 days formula
Yeah,
kind of thing,
yeah,
where it's just like you know exactly what's going to happen at each beat. You know, they break up at the end of Act Two.
when they get back
Then in the
together.
climax, someone's running, always running. They're always running to catch the other one
Yeah,
in the
I
climax.
don't like. I've lost. I think a lot of for me, like ratings have kind of lost credibility. Like, because
Hmm.
oftentimes, like, I will see something and I will see it and I'll be like, this is the most like, you know, either predictable or just like middle of the road, or even sometimes like bad thing I've seen lately.
Hmm.
And then I'll go on Letterboxd or Rotten Tomatoes or something, and I'll be like 84% Rotten Tomatoes, 3.5 Letterboxd. And it's like, really, like,
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if I, don't-
Do
there's.
you think it's
I
just
feel like
like?
there's a bunch of paid actors, like just like doing this stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, do you think that's just like hype train shit?
Yeah,
Just like, oh, it's talked about a lot, so we're just gonna like give it a good review, even if it's ass, just
yeah,
because it's
I think
talked about.
so. I think there's just like I think there's an element of it where I do think that a lot of like entities are compromised, like reviewers or like popular reviewers on Letterboxd and stuff like that, or maybe they pay them to watch it or something, and then they like are inclined to not say anything negative, and then it becomes like this kind of snowball of positive things. But also, I think a lot of the time with especially with this kind of genre, I think it a lot of the time it's like the people who go out of their way to consume it are people who inherently were going to consume it and like it anyway, if that makes sense. Like
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
when you get because there's certain movies, for instance, like Obsession, where like everybody watches it. It feels like when you see the ratings for that, it's like close to what it actually is, right? Because you've had a lot of people that normally wouldn't watch like a horror movie watching these kind of things. But for a lot of these like things or like book adaptations, oftentimes it's just the people that read the book, and then it's like a very biased crowd, and then you watch the thing and you're like, this
Right.
sucks.
Yeah.
Like this sucks. Like why does this have a high rating on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever?
That is very true. Like those who seek it out are gonna like it anyway,
Yeah,
are more likely
exactly.
to like it.
Yeah, that's kind of the
Also
way I feel about it.
also I think we also have to understand how the critic tomato meter
Yeah,
works.
as
It's
long
an
as it's
accum
positive, it's cumulative, right? Like even if you give the movie like a 6, instead of reflecting that a bunch of people gave it a 6, it's actually like, oh no, it's like 100% fresh because everybody who watched it gave it a 6, and a 6 is a positive rating.
exactly. I was gonna say that. It's an accumulation of binary reviews.
Right.
It's either rotten
Or
or it's
not rotten.
fresh.
Yeah.
So if you just have 10 people say it's fresh, it has 100%. But
Yeah.
those could be degrees of fresh. Those could have just been like, oh, it was okay,
Yes,
like you just
exactly.
said.
Exactly.
But letterboxed ratings are it's an actual score. And I think the
Yes.
popcorn meter is an actual score too, like based on star ratings,
Maybe.
no?
I have no idea how the popcorn meter works. But
Yeah, I don't
IMDb
know.
is like the letterboxd one, where it's like you actually have to rate it. So oftentimes, some
Yeah.
people are always like, the IMDb rating of a movie is probably the actual legitimate like rating of it. Um, but also in Letterboxd, like the little, whatever it is, like a 3.2 or whatever it is also like legitimately like the people that have seen this and have Letterboxd. This is the cumulative thing for it. But
Yeah.
even that cumulative review, like star rating thing, like even that pisses me off sometimes. It's like really this for this.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
Jojo Rabbit. You know, like if I Google, if I want to go look up Jojo
Oh,
Rabbit, a movie that we both like hate,
terrible.
and that won an Oscar, I think, for like best screenplay. It's sitting, Jake, on Letterboxd at a 4.0 even, like
Oh,
like
the
legitimately.
fuck.
You know, so it's like that. Sometimes that pisses me off. It's like really this fucking piece of shit. Like this is like at a 4.0 on Letterboxd. Whereas the IMDb has a
Yeah,
7.9. So oftentimes IMDb is like the IMDb the jerks at IMDb oftentimes are more right, you know.
the jerks at IMDb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's jacked.
I heard Supergirl was a disaster.
Yeah, so I hear it's interesting. Let me look it up to see like right away what the ratings for that are. Supergirl. It is sitting right now at a 59% Rotten Tomatoes, a 5.9 IMDb. So literally, Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb are like the exact same right now, and it has a 3.2 Letterboxd. Um, yeah, I don't know what happened. Like I've seen a lot of conversations about it because obviously James Gunn wrote and directed Superman, and one like a review snippet that I saw said something along the lines of like James Gunn said that they were not going to make any movies unless the script was like airtight, like a great script. And they were like, obviously that's not true, you know. um, so yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen Superman. I don't know if I will see Superman just because I know that you liked it and I've heard positive things about it. As for Supergirl, it might be one of those that I probably never watched that, and
You know,
it might
I
bomb.
I can say that I actually enjoyed Superman more than I thought I would,
Yeah,
but I think there's a little bit of a caveat to just like it's just a different type of Superman, you know? Like it's not going to be the same as kind of like a self-serious like Henry Cavill
Man of Steel.
Superman. Yeah, like it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like it's just I felt like it was a little bit fresh of a perspective of just like really doubling down on like just kind of like the Superman just being like the kind of like naive ideals of just wanting to be this like
Really good guy.
yeah, be the good guy to, like no matter what the cost is, like and just I feel like that movie did a really good job of like kind of showing that side of Superman.
yeah,
Um and so I felt like it was a little bit fresh, and I kind of enjoyed that it wasn't trying to be, like this self serious Superman like the Henry Cavill was, because it's like, I mean, at its essence, like that's just not what Superman is. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. It
he's
was
not
like the older
brooding
Superman.
and regretting and like
Yeah,
being like it's being Superman sucks.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. It was like those classic ones. Why am I forgetting the actor who played Superman in the originals?
to
Edward, help
Christopher
me out.
Reeves,
Yeah, Christopher Reeves. Thank you.
George Clooney.
Um, it was like those. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great. Uh, I thought it was a great, take on Superman that was very similar to those ones.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, and I thought it was a great movie. I thought they balanced his like power really well, where he was very powerful, but they didn't make it too ridiculous. Where he felt vulnerable, it felt like he could be beaten,
Mhm.
and it felt like Lex Luthor was a really solid antagonist for him,
I
really
like that
threatening antagonist.
version of Lex Luthor.
That was great. Yeah, I loved that. Yeah, I was surprised. I thought it was gonna be just kinda whatever, like, average, but I thought it was very good. And I thought it was better than most of the Christopher Reeves. ones. I mean, I'll always
I
like
waited.
Superman 2,
Yeah, I was
but I
just
don't
saying
think
I waited
Superman
a
2
long
even is that
time.
great.
I waited a longer time than I probably should for watching that movie, but it's definitely worth
I
a
did
watch.
too, yeah. Yeah, I didn't see it till, like, last December.
Superman.
Oh, dude, this is the nuke scene, I think. This is so good. Maybe. Yeah, here it is. Dude, this scene is a cinematic achievement right here. Dude, look jacked Linda Hamilton was. She's fucking
Yeah,
jacked.
yeah, no, dude, that's what I said earlier too. It's like when she was like handling those guns, it's like, gee,
Yeah.
just like super muscle.
The scene captures the feeling of a nightmare really well when you know something's wrong, but you don't quite know what it is yet.
It's a Slender Man, dude. So the Slender Man's here.
And that's how she looked in the first movie. The change in her character from the first one to the second one is is crazy. Oh,
Damn,
woo.
that's crazy. Chill out, James Cameron.
God damn. Perfect mix of practical and visual effects.
Hmm.
Yeah. Cinematic achievement, that scene. Yeah, it's a great mix of, you got some I believe there's some early, CGI in that scene. Obviously, there's CGI in this movie with the, liquid Terminator, but
Right.
I think I remember I know this because I'm a nerd, and learned it when I was a kid, but I think that was, the nuke itself was created in Lightwave, maybe? Just like an older CGI program.
Mm.
But then the rest of that was a lot of, like, miniatures and, actual practical effects. It's a good mix. That was something they did great in, 90s and 2000s movies, sometimes at least. When they got it right, they got it really right, was
Yeah,
mixing CGI and CGI and,
practical
practical effects
effects.
really, really well.
Never mind. Like he keeps like interacting and talking with Arnold, like Arnold's like a toy,
Yeah.
which I think is like so a really funny direction.
Well, Edward, we were wrong about the Renaissance being over, dude. Brendan Fraser's new World War II, movie. It's a big hit right now. Big
Really?
streaming hit.
Let me look this up.
Yeah, man.
I'm always happy to be wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brendan
idiot.
Fraser is someone I want. Yeah, Brendan Fraser is somebody I want to succeed. Like
Yeah.
I look at Brandon and I'm just like, I want that guy to succeed.
Pressure.
Like he was my hero growing up, and then all that shit he went through, and now he's back. He gave such an incredible performance in The Whale.
Yeah. Did we say that he was like that it was like over, or were we like speculating if it was over, like the reconnaissance? Or
Yeah, we were
did
speculating.
we declare it like over? Like, oh, it's over for Brandon.
Yeah, no, we didn't declare it. I think we just speculated.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh man. Here's the nerd that developed Skynet. It's about to get got.
Good, 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 good.
This movie does create an interesting like moral dilemma. It's almost like because she's basically like thinks she's doing something right by killing the guy that invents the thing that
Right.
destroys the world. It's sort of like the whole strangling Hitler in the crib, even though this guy doesn't know what he's doing, but it's kind of the same concept where you're
Yeah.
like, would that be okay? you know?
Yeah.
Did you just say,
Yeah.
oh my god, you took out the computer? No, it's okay. You took out his computer. He lost all his
Yeah, he
data.
lost all
You
he
don't need to
lost all
kill
his
him now.
progress and all his data. It's like that was
It's
it.
like if you unplugged the PS2 memory card when you were a kid, you lost the
Yeah, he lost
progress.
the progress. It's over. He's never gonna be able to go back to that.
He's gonna be like, darn, this isn't worth regrinding.
Yeah, dude, can you imagine?
Yeah,
I feel like I would feel that way. It's like it's over. Like it took me like 20 years. I can't do all that again.
yeah. It's so funny though, because like in real life, Sarah Connor would just be nutcase where you're like, oh my god, this horrible woman
Hmm.
has these paranoid delusions about machines coming and she killed a guy who she said was going to invent them.
It's like they were right to have her locked up.
Right. But also you'd be like, well, if her mission was a success, she could have been right. I don't know. We'll never know. She changed the timeline.
Can't do this in front of his wife and kids. You can't just shoot a man. This is not Call of Duty. And the only thing that guy's thinking to himself is like, I was just chilling with my wife and kid and like working on my computer. What did I do?
Just got
Okay,
the wrong house.
Stormtrooper.
Yeah, right. Just freeze. Oh, dude, rewatched Empire Strikes Back last night. Great
Classic.
summer movie right there. That movie holds up.
The Empire Strikes Back.
One of my favorite little details of Empire Strikes Back is whenever Darth Vader's walking around the ship, the camera will linger on his like subordinates and the officers, just like warily watching him walk by. Just kind of they're just thinking like, please don't stop, please don't stop, please
Yeah.
don't stop and talk to me. It's great. The directing in that movie is
Yeah.
fucking fantastic.
And I feel like you don't really like keep into account with some of those movies. That's like there's not many of these like in that time period with like the Empire and like when that's kind of it's been a while since like the Jedi Order and shit. Like there's not that many freaking space Siths out there, bro. So it's like your VP coming in like to the office and like just scrutinize. Like it's just like the
Yeah,
worst case scenario. Somebody's so high up on the ladder just coming in and just like scrutinizing you, bro. You're just like, please, just leave.
yeah, for real.
But even so, it's like somebody from like a fucking different organization coming in because it's like some fucking space Jedi, bro, that has some fucking weird powers you don't understand.
Yeah, that's the funniest part of it. It's like he doesn't even have a rank or anything. They're just like, "Oh, Darth is on the ship. We have to listen to him. This will choke us."
Yeah.
I gotta say, I think Empire Strikes Back might be still the best aged Star Wars movie in terms of effects and how it looks. Like I was just watching the battle scene on Hoth on the snow
Oh,
planet, and
yeah,
I'm like, this looks real.
Yeah.
Like and it's because of the minimalism of it. Unlike modern movies, particularly, especially Disney Star Wars movies nowadays, they're not just shoving as much shit in the frame as possible,
yeah,
putting everybody in front of green screens. It's like they just put some guys in snowsuits, dug some trenches, and built these like fake sci-fi cannons that are white because they want to blend them into the snow. And it looks fucking great. cybernetic organism.
He takes that thing off like it was a glove. It's like, dude, there's no way that it was like fitting like that.
I don't know, Edward. I think there's all. Well, yeah. No, I see. I actually, see what
You see what I'm
like
saying?
it looked thin.
Yeah,
It looked thin. Like it didn't look like there was muscle under it.
yeah.
Yeah. No, they're just having a casual conversation with the
Yeah, they're just
chick who
chilling
just
like nothing
shot up the
happened.
house.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
let's get some coffee, everybody.
I guess the robot arm was a pretty good statement, though.
Yeah,
Do you guys know how James Cameron came up with the idea for Terminator?
go on.
He
Mm-mm.
had food. He got food poisoning while he was on. I think he was away directing the Piranha movie, if I'm not mistaken, and he got food poisoning, and he had like a fever dream about this fire and then the metal skeleton coming out of it.
Huh.
Making movies through dreams.
Yeah.
This movie is the equivalent of that Rick and Morty bit where it's like, do not like. It's like, don't mess with time. You know, like
Right.
it's that. It's like, oh, I will mess with time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like no, if there's no temporal paradox created, then that would mean her by her doing this could ultimately be what actually causes the chain of events leading to Skynet taking
Mm,
over. But I think this movie goes with the whole like you can change time
you can change time.
narrative.
It's funny. I'm looking at James Cameron's like filmography on Wikipedia, and he has like all these movies. But how it starts and how it ends is really funny, because it starts with Piranha 2, and then it's like Terminator, Aliens, Titanic, you know, and then like
Yeah.
Avatar, 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 and then the very last thing he did was Billie Eilish "Hit Me Hard and Soft" the tour live in 3D.
What?
Yes, that's his last movie so far. It's a 3D concert film.
That is that's really random.
Yeah, right. He directed the Billie Eilish 3D concert movie.
All right, Jimmy.
He's just an unpredictable man. You don't know what he's gonna do next, dude.
Yeah, my desire to see the Avatar sequels is so low. It's next to
Just a
oil
zero.
wells.
Yeah.
I think I've watched like clips from them, and I'm like, dude, I can't even see myself like just sitting through this. If they had good, like if they had interesting, unique stories, I would. But it doesn't seem like the sequels do either.
Yeah. But there's people that swear by them. Like there's people that I've seen online just going to war for those movies.
Really, I've never seen that.
There's folks that really like
I'd like to hear those
really
takes.
love them. There's folks out there that really love those movies. And they're with it. I want to see them personally. Like I actually do want to sit down and see those movies.
Really?
Yeah.
I insist.
I insist.
Dude, there's an r/Avatar Reddit. Holy
Really?
shit, man. Yeah, these movies have like a fan
They
base.
do. I'm telling you.
I mean, I knew people liked them and wanted to see them, but I didn't realize they had like a dedicated
Yeah,
fandom.
there's folks that are all about it. All about those Avatar movies. And they argue that like the second one's the best one or the third one's the best one or this and that and the other.
I gotta. I would actually be interested in researching like what the marketing campaign behind the first Avatar movie was, and
It was very
how they
successful,
got
whatever
so
they
many
did.
asses and
Yeah.
yeah, like how they got so many asses and seats for that movie. Because I mean, I do remember as a kid that movie was marketed heavily to
Mhm.
me. I don't know if you guys remember the just insane amount of marketing.
Yeah. Whatever they
I
did
do.
didn't work
Um,
with me because I didn't go.
yeah, yeah,
I didn't go.
yeah. Whether it was like TV commercials, it was McDonald's toys. I remember it was just, and I did. I remember just being. I liked sci-fi a lot as a kid,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, it's awesome. Because if you think about it in the context of '09, it was quite the spectacle, I'm
Hmm.
sure, like, seeing the commercials and
There
trailers
was
for that
something about it that also
movie.
it became like an event. Like it was an event film, and everybody was watching it. And like I remember like listening
Yeah.
on the radio, being like the movie was past 1 billion. And there was always
Mhm.
this constant conversation about how much money it was making, and how everybody was watching it.
Yeah.
And how great of a thing it was. So there was also like this. They created a great deal of like FOMO with that movie, where it's like, oh, you have to see it.
Very good point. I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
So you take the whole setup with you.
So
Yes,
this is now
my
film tangents from
shits
the
make it through.
toilet.
Let's see here. This is him.
Got a Darth Vader ass noise.
Yeah, yeah, right. And this is him. This is Mr. Batty. He just keeps coming back. He knows what they're up to. He's gonna stop them.
Let's get him to roar.
Yeah, because now he's at the dude's house, and he's like, okay, I see what's going on. You've seen this film before, right, Jack?
No, it's first time actually. I've seen the first one, but I
Really?
never
Wow.
like have seen. Yeah,
I,
that's what I was saying. This is like an untapped genre for me, just because I haven't, for some reason, like watched a lot of popular like stuff around this time.
yeah. This is
Like I haven't even
actually
seen more than just like the first Matrix. Like
yeah. So no,
I've
neither
only
have I.
seen
I've
the
only seen
first
the
one.
first one, and then I've not had like an inclination to see the second, like the second and third and I think fourth one. Just because I always got the idea that they went downhill, so I was like, I saw the first one. I guess that's fine.
That's
Um,
kind of what I've been doing with like stuff like this, where I'm like, first Terminator, watched it, and then I'm like, can circle back and watch the next one like whenever, but
yeah,
then
yeah.
never truly
Never
get around
returned.
like to, yeah.
I saw these guys. I actually saw these movies like recently. Because I had not seen the first or second one. That stuff like a couple years ago. And then I saw them. Like I think I saw Terminator 2 like last year. Like it's like that recent that I've seen these movies.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was also a blind spot for me. Like there's so many. It's interesting how much stuff you can watch and still have like huge missing like chunks of things. Because I've
Bruh.
seen
It
like at this point in time I've seen like a couple thousand movies, and it's like, and even then there's like still so much stuff that I'm just like completely um unaware of or haven't seen, that are like, oh, these are the movies you should watch, and I still haven't seen them.
Yeah, that's kind of like, I don't know, like I even like not even near that many movies. I'm like, there's just like a futility and just like even
It's
trying to
endless.
like.
It's endless.
So it's like I really just arrive at like I'm just gonna watch what I want to watch
Yeah.
because I'm never gonna be able to
No.
keep up.
No, it's endless because at some point it becomes like fighting the ocean, where it's like not only
Yeah.
is there this like endless amount. Look at you eat. You're eating ice cream. Look at you, dude.
Yeah, I got.
I think I saw his girlfriend
Yeah,
bring it to
he got it delivered. He got ice cream delivered to
him.
him.
That's how you know you really won. I didn't have to go.
It
I
was just
still got it.
brought to you.
Yeah.
But
I,
yeah, because it's like you start watching these movies, and it's like at some point it's just like, oh, that it never ends, and every year more movies come out, and every year you have to keep adding to this like pile of movies that you're never gonna see.
Minigun, a staple
oh,
of 80s
yeah.
action movies.
He was like, guys, I think he has a minigun.
I like watching videos of people shooting miniguns. It's
It's just
fucking awesome.
satisfying as hell.
It really is. Oh, or walking around GTA 5 with a minigun.
Walking around GTA
6 is
5
coming
doing
out in
anything.
November, right?
Yeah, I think it's November,
Oh yeah.
something like that. And I've been seeing a lot of
I might have
videos
to
of
return to
I've been seeing a lot of videos of
The gaming.
Wolverine because they're coming out with a Wolverine game.
I've seen
Oh,
that too.
dude, yeah.
The same folks that
Oh, I
made
want to
the
play that.
Spider-Man game for Sony, the same studio. I forget the name of the studio.
Right. Did they release a gameplay trailer for that yet?
They released not a gameplay trailer, and actually, I do think it is a gameplay trailer. I do think it is. It's either
Yeah,
a gameplay trailer or like a cinematic, but I think it is gameplay trailer.
I gotta check that out.
Yep, and it's all
GTA
and
6 will definitely
it's like
mark my return to
it's
gaming.
rated M, so it has like a bunch of blood and stuff. They're not
Oh, hell yeah.
they're not playing it soft.
Yeah, that's how you
Dude,
do it.
consoles have gotten extremely expensive.
Yes, yeah. It's funny because we used to live in a world where a PS3 or PS5 or whatever, a PS4 would come out, and it's like, oh, in 6 months or in a year, it'll be like worth like $100 less, or they'll release like the slim version or whatever. But like now, consoles are just going up in price. It's like, oh no,
Yeah,
a
they're
year
worth
from now, it'll be
more
worth
than when
more
they
money.
launched.
Yeah, they're worth more than when they launched. It's pretty insane. Like now, like to buy a PS5 like maybe 3 or 4 years ago was like, I don't know, 450, 500, and now it's
It's like
like six.
600
Yeah, now
now.
it's 600. It's pretty bananas.
Yeah, I'm looking at prices right now. PlayStation 5 Pro is
Yeah,
$900.
and again, it just makes you wonder, like to what end? Like at
Huh.
some point, if things stabilize, do we go like, actually now we have to make up for the fact that for 2 years we hiked the prices, so now it's worth $300, or is it just like, no, this is what it's worth? Like it's just so it's like confounding me all the time how they like just hike the prices on these things.
GTA
It's another
GTA
thing
6
where
is
all
gonna
these.
suck me
Oh,
back
go ahead,
in.
Jake.
Yeah, we gotta get that GTA 6
No,
game.
no, I was making a comment. Go ahead, Nick.
I was just saying it's like another thing with like just the data center shit, bro. It's
Yeah,
like having computers, consoles, PCs, just like
yeah, because they're
they're
all because they're,
buying
'cause they're
all of it
taking all
up.
the resources, and it's like, God, man, it's like, do we really have to pay for this? Like, do we all now have
Yeah,
to like pay more for a Switch 2 or a PS5 just because every single company wants to have their own AI, and every single company wants to waste all the water in the planet? And it's like, okay, here we go.
yeah.
Thanks,
The crazy
guys.
thing is like also like it's not even just that. It's like power too. Like the areas that like you have a data center in your area and they just start turning on and going live, like your
Yeah,
power bill just like goes up. Like people end up paying for it, not like the
not the
businesses.
businesses. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like it's pretty. Yeah, yeah, man. It's Terminator 3 Judgment Day again.
That would be, that reminds me, that would actually be another great limitation to AI taking over will be, the upkeep of data centers and
Yeah,
hardware. I've read the upkeep of that shit is insane, just cooling that stuff. Jack knows better than
Yeah.
anybody. You work in that industry. And, for an AI to keep up with that, it would need a lot of fucking droids, a lot of
Yeah,
manpower.
unless there's some way where they just radically change like the capacity that they have of in terms of like uh just power consumption for like GPUs and uh heat dissipation if they radically find a better way for like GPUs and stuff to work maybe, but
Okay.
it's just so much like hardware needed for it and like the optics and stuff. That's another huge thing too. It's like GPUs are a limiter in terms of like, how much processing is able to happen, but like on the fiber side of things, like there's not really like a known limit to how much like data you can transport across like single mode fiber, but like a lot of the limiter is like the optics and the GPUs and the other hardware because like those things do have like hard caps. So
Yeah.
if they
Okay.
found a way to radically change it, maybe it wouldn't be as terrible as just like in as resource constraining. But I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna ever happen. It's just so
Right.
resource intensive.
Yeah, I bet. One of the cops there was Hank from Breaking Bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he was the one that came up close to the scientist guy with the gun and noticed he had the bomb.
That's a cool start for him if this is like one of his first roles.
Yep.
Drop him.
Okay, you ain't gonna drop him.
He does take quite a beating though.
Yeah.
It's like Arnold, maybe you could have like, run or put your hands up or something.
Oh,
Like you
John
didn't
Connor's like, you
have to
can't kill.
walk this like you didn't have to walk into this Arnold.
John Connor's like, you can't kill people, just mortally,
Wound them.
gravely wound
Yeah, just
them,
shoot
permanently injure
yeah,
them
like
if need
shoot all of them in their knees. Like just kneecap everybody.
They'll never walk it right again.
Yeah. So this is the way. This is the way of true justice and doing things right.
This is the way.
Yeah, I reviewed that new Mandalorian on the pod a few weeks ago. Oof, Men in Black 5, basically, what that was. Ooh. Couple movies I watched this week. Um, I watched the last Mission Impossible movie,
Oh, cool.
and that was
You know what?
yeah, that was
I always,
really good.
I always find those entertaining, man. Like those consistently
Yeah,
deliver on like the fix that I'm looking for.
Yeah, this is action spectacle with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
for sure. My favorite to this day is definitely Fallout. That one with Henry Cavill.
The one that smells like farts and ass.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The
that
one
one.
you just got farted on the whole movie.
Yeah.
Not me. Wasn't me.
It
It
was
was
Jake, everybody. It was
we
him.
were in a theater and it was like
It was funny because you
one of our
like
friends,
we've talked about this because you like because I think you were next to me. You know,
but I was out of the
you
blast
were out of the
radius.
blast radius. So that was a very hilarious and unfortunate thing for me.
And you smelled it first, right? And then you looked over and he was just giggling.
Something like that. I knew it was him. I knew it was him. I don't remember
And
why I
then
knew it was him, but it
and
was
then
him.
and then a girl he was trying to hook
It
up
was right
with was
behind
sitting right
us.
behind
Yeah,
him.
so it was just like he was just blasting them the whole
Damn.
time.
He's willing to risk it, dude. I've
But
never understood that. Like, people who can't just hold it in, like,
or
I
leave.
mean, what is your stomach gonna explode?
Yeah.
Like all that, you just feel a little bubble pop, and it's not. It's like nothing, dude.
Yeah.
It's not even. It's like, what do you have, stomach fucking
Yeah,
problems?
maybe he did.
Uh,
Maybe he did.
I
Uh,
guess. I mean, I know every once in a while you have a situation going on, but I don't
he
know,
didn't have
man.
anything going because he never left the theater. He was just there the whole time, just gassing
You're
it up.
right. Yeah. Yeah. It's sad that, you'll forever associate that movie with that.
Yeah, that was
'Cause that's a
terrible.
Getting
great
crop
movie.
dusted.
It was terrible.
The last Mission Impossible movie, it was good. It had some great set pieces in it.
Yeah, of course it
The ones
does.
you just really expect from those. There's like 2 incredible set pieces. The problem with it though was outside of that, it
It's boring.
felt overwhelming and, um, the movie takes forever to get going. Like, there's just so much setup, which is understandable because the plot is it's easy to follow, but it's still complex. There's a lot of moving parts to it.
Mhm.
There's a lot of legwork the writers have put in, but that as it may, I thought they could have come up with a more concise way to do it. Uh, was pleasantly surprised. I watched the latest Jurassic World movie, Jurassic
Yeah, I
World
want to watch that
Rebirth with,
too.
that was actually good, dude. The critics
Really?
don't know what they're
Yeah,
talking
because I
about.
remember
People don't know
that.
what they're talking
I
about.
remember that I saw like the drinker people just like shedding on it, and I was like, this kind of looks a little bit fun, you know?
It was actually really good. Because the thing is, like, I thought the story was good enough to where it was like I thought the story had what it needed, right? The characters were a bit one-dimensional, but they were
Mhm.
still easy to empathize with all the way through. And I thought its greatest strength were the set pieces. So like, when you watch that first Jurassic Park movie, or I was also reminded of Peter Jackson's King Kong a little bit,
Mhm.
where there's these great set pieces where characters are in peril and physical danger, and the actors are actually interacting with a set and an actual environment,
Mhm. Mhm.
and they're interacting with moving things, you know? And there were lots of great set pieces in this movie that really times made me think of like Peter Jackson's King Kong or the original Jurassic Park, where it really felt like I felt very on edge and very nail biting and very invested in seeing the characters get out alive.
Mhm.
And I haven't felt that way with Jurassic movies since the original trilogy.
You all
So
right?
I thought it was good. I was pleasantly surprised by it.
Yeah. Nice. Look at you, man, watching all these movies, watching all these recent popcorn movies, and actually liking them.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm visiting family right now, and we like to get our summer movies in.
Yeah.
My dad and I always like to watch like action or sci-fi movies in the summer. Like, that's why I picked Terminator 2. This is like the type of shit we watch in the summer. Just blockbuster stuff. It's fun.
This is a great sequence too.
Holy shit.
The guy just went wah. He made a funny noise.
Wah!
Wah.
Oh, dude, I gotta send you this video that I saw the other day. There's this there's this video of there's this guy that runs like a boxing gym,
Mhm.
and he has a video where he sets up a camera because like some guy who's talking shit on social media like comes in and wants to fight him, and it seems real. I mean, these you never know; these could all be setups, but it seemed like a real interaction
Okay.
where the guy coming in seemed like not a very bright guy and just one of those like New Jersey types that talk all this bullshit, and
Mhm.
well, oh, I've been in like 50 fights, motherfucker, and you're just
Mhm.
like, oh god. Um And dude, the sounds the boxing coach makes when he hits him is so fucking funny. Like there's a part where he like winds up and hits him with like a body hook and goes, "What?" It just makes all these fucking crazy noises. It's so fucking funny. And then he's just like he's boxing him. It'll be like trotting around. He'll be like, "All right, try to hit me. Try to hit me. I'm not hitting you." And he's like, "Let's box. Let's box.
Uh-huh.
Look, you ain't got no." And he goes, "You ain't got no type of work, man. You ain't got no type of work." Fucking great.
You ain't got no
If
type
anyone
of
wants
work.
to watch, you ain't got no type of work.
Put it on something on the
That's
chat.
not what boxing is about.
On the tangents.
You don't even know how to punch. If anyone wants to watch, the video is called "Bully Travels an Hour to the Boxing Gym and Challenges the Boxing Coach."
Can you text it
Never
to
have
us?
guessed what that one. Yes, I will indeed. Anyone wants me to text it to him, just leave your number in the comments.
Yeah, right. Cool.
Oh, boys, what do we got going on this summer? Edward, you're going on a trip next week, aren't you? Georgia, you said?
Yeah, yeah. That and later on, for the most part, just visiting family. That's it. I think for the most part, traveling maybe overseas, see my grandmother, that kind of stuff. That's like the
Nice,
main
dude.
goal is just to go around and see everybody. What about you, fellas?
Jack, you got any trips coming up?
Uh,
Non-work trips?
honestly, nah, bro. Like I travel enough for
For work as it
work, so
is.
I'm not really kind of been. I mean, I like traveling, but I haven't been motivated to want to travel. Been trying to just enjoy
I
my free time and
I don't blame you.
get, get to the next thing. I think in later in the summer, I'll probably do like a week in the mountains close in North Carolina, like nothing crazy, and just get some downtime and get a break. But uh, I don't think I'm planning any big trips this year.
Yeah,
Just trying to get to a more consistent spot, and then I think I'll really next year. I think with all the points and everything I've been getting from just traveling a lot, I'll probably do some sort of bigger trip and just you know kind of cash out on all like the stuff I've been getting and just make the most of it
hmm
before like all my like
Oh, that'd be
statuses
nice.
and stuff. Before like all that goes back to like normal, just try to make the use of it and just get the most value out of it.
Yeah, good idea, dude. Yeah, I was planning on renting a beach house at Kiowa Island with some family, but then the layoff happened a few weeks ago, so I'm kind of putting that on hold. But I do have a potential job offer coming my way, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, I just did 4
Four
interviews,
interviews. Damn, dude.
so if
That's
not, I'll
so
be pretty
crazy.
disappointed. But we'll see. Uh, getting interviews is always a good sign. Um, that's always good, you know, because it's like and getting additional rounds too, because it's like, well, the first one could have just been mild interest, um, but if I do get a new job that quick, uh, then I will revisit those plans,
Yeah,
especially because I hope to be making more money.
yeah. Back to the island.
I was hoping they would make the offer this week, and I could get on Film Tangents and be like, "Well, last week I know I was talking about a layoff, but now I have a new
Yeah, that
job."
would be quite
It
a
would have been
turnaround.
epic, man.
Yeah.
but but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, not really a priority. While I'm looking for a new role, but although I know you got Edward. You were saying when you got laid off, that's the first thing you did was go on a trip. So maybe maybe I should
Yeah, that's why I asked you because I was
maybe
like,
I should
that's
still
why I asked you. I
consider
was
it.
like, how quickly do you want to like once you get that offer, like how quickly do you want to start? Because it's like it's like oh, you could also
Yeah,
go party.
you're not gonna not be working again for probably a while.
Yeah.
Right. It's very true.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's one of those things. It's like, you definitely got to pay attention, obviously, to money if you're between jobs, but you also can't like deprive yourself either if you're in a good financial situation, because then you're
Yeah.
just like more fucking miserable. You still
Right.
got to like keep up your same quality of life more or less if you can. 'Cause you can't let it affect you, too much.
Yeah.
You just go on living.
I forget how they beat this guy. Like, oh no, actually, I remember now. I just remember how they beat this guy. He's
I
good.
like, yeah, I like the fall victory they had right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, very convenient. It's like, oh look, lava. Oh, very cool. Fire and dissolving metal. Wow, just what we need to defeat this guy. You heard that scream? You heard that Brock Lesnar scream we just had?
Yeah.
No.
Well, this is Brock Lesnar when he was a kid
Yeah, right.
acting.
He just never grew out of it. As we said before. Still in a constant state of growing, of maturing.
I still laugh sometimes at that we did on the podcast where Brock Lesnar is learning how to use a
A
computer
computer? Yeah, I
and he's like
remember that.
with pecking with his pointer fingers.
Yeah. Pop, pop.
That's like the best. If you go look up his I think it's on Wikipedia. Like it's just like, oh, Brock Lesnar tried to do this in the National Guard or the military, whatever, but he was not admitted because he failed a computer
Of
test.
course he did.
It's like, yeah, yeah, no shit, dude.
Ah!
They
Boosh.
probably that farm boy. They probably sat him down in front of that thing. He's like, "The fuck is this box thing over here? How do you open this box?"
They're like, yeah, this guy's not working out, is he? He can't do it. He doesn't know how to use a computer.
One thing I love about Brock is his negotiation skills behind the scenes. He guy's a good negotiator.
Yeah, he tells people that you either do what I say or I'll punch you. They go like,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I'll
right.
do what you say. Please don't punch me.
Have you seen the video where he throws the WWE title belt at Vince
Yes.
McMahon
Yeah,
backstage?
of course I've seen it. It's just like he just chucks it at him. And everybody's just like quiet, just looking around like, oh, did that just happen? It happened, didn't
And then as he walks off, you just hear Vince, asshole,
it? Yeah,
asshole.
there it is. That's a better Vince.
You're fired.
Fired. Yeah.
Randy Orton, you're fired.
The icon, Vince.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He was the creative visionary.
Yeah, man.
People are not happy with Triple H with the son-in-law's creative vision.
I don't know. It's like a weird thing to say, right? Because we kind of talked about that a couple shows ago, right? That it's like WWE sucked under Vince, like it sucked under him. So it's like
Mhm.
now it still sucks, but it's like it sucked under Vince. Like Vince had, I feel like Vince heyday obviously was like mid '90s to like you know late to the beginning of the PG era. Essentially, is where how I see it.
Yeah.
Like from the Attitude Era all the way through the Ruthless Aggression. Because like then to me
Mhm.
like after that it just the product was just like really poor quality. And then it was
Mhm.
just that forever. And now Triple H is doing it, and it's still that, and it's like okay, great, it hasn't
Mhm.
changed.
Yeah, now under Triple H, it's like all corporate sponsored,
Yeah,
weird. I don't know, like the storylines just don't make any sense.
yeah,
It
like
seems like the whole Brock Lesnar fake retiring and then coming back 2 weeks later, like it's like what Vince never would have. that never would have happened on Vince's watch, where it like there's no story impact whatsoever
I don't know. I think you're giving Vince
to
too
it.
much credit, man.
Maybe
I think you're giving Vince too
I
much
don't
credit,
know.
because a lot of that shit under
I
Vince was
could
a lot
be.
of that shit under Vince was terrible. Like, like WWE under Vince was terrible. So it's like I think you're giving him like too much credit. Like,
What
all
was like one of the worst storyline decisions you can recall from WWE?
I mean, dude, you name it. Like they had a bunch of weird storylines because they had that like Eugene character. So whatever they were giving that guy to do was terrible. You know.
Oh yeah, what was that? Eugene? Why does that sound familiar?
That was like the guy that was like pretending to have like a learning disability. It was
Oh
that guy, but
right.
he didn't. It was just some wrestler guy, you know. So it's like anything that has
Yeah.
to do with that was terrible. A lot of the stuff that had to do with like Triple H, like in his like beefs, like the beef he had with like Booker T was terrible. A lot of the Vince McMahon stuff, like with him beating up his daughter and stuff like that, was terrible. Like there were so many like terrible, just terrible like storylines.
Oh yeah, there was a match on SmackDown where Vince forced Stephanie McMahon to face Brock Lesnar, and Vince is like refing it,
Yeah.
and then he's like letting Brock beat the shit out of
Yes.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
It's like okay, it's like I get that this guy's supposed to be an evil like corporate overlord, but it's like is he really that evil where
Yeah.
he's
It's like this is
allowing
going a little.
Brock
This is going a
Lesnar?
little too far. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of that stuff was just terrible. And then like obviously I stopped watching in the 2010s, so I don't even know what he was doing then. But that's when everything went to shit, you know. And then
Yeah.
he was still operating at like in the early 2020s, and then all that stuff happened, you know. All his allegations came out, and now he's not.
Mhm.
Now it's Triple H, and now you like you said, it's all this corporate stuff. And every time I see it, like the ring has like, you know, like like Skittles like ads on it. Like the ring
Sponsors.
has like ads on it, and it's like, oh my god. Like now it
Yeah,
just
the
looks.
ring looks like a fucking race car.
Yeah, like now it just looks like now the whole thing just looks unwatchable. It's like, oh, you guys really ruined this whole thing.
Yeah.
What was Brock's hand to
That's us.
play in that whole Vince stuff? I'm gonna look this up.
Well, we threw the title at Vince?
Say what?
When he threw the title at Vince?
No. Uh, let me see. No, I'm trying to like let me see. It's the end of the movie.
It's almost the mid-season of Film Tangents come and gone, folks.
Because Brock was like
Almost that
named
time.
in that like trafficking lawsuit against Vince.
That's right, that's right.
There's in
Oh, Jesus.
2024, former WWE employee Janelle Grant filed a massive lawsuit against Vince, which detailed allegations of severe physical and emotional abuse, SA, and S trafficking. And apparently they
Mhm.
were also saying that Brock was part of that shit. So Brock was named in the
Yeah,
suit.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time that I thought we were never gonna see Brock again, and then WWE was like, "Oh, I guess we could still make money."
Yeah, it says
It's all about the money.
yeah, it's
I
all
mean,
about the
Louis
money.
CK's back on he's
On
got a
Netflix.
Netflix special
Yeah,
coming out.
he has a Netflix
Yeah.
special coming out. Which I don't know how I feel about that honestly. Like I don't know, I guess we'll see it. Maybe it's funny, who knows. Like I don't know how I feel about that stuff. Like all that Louis stuff, I don't even know how I feel about it, you know, cuz it's like yeah. Yeah. As somebody that I mean Jake knows, like I was the biggest Louis fan, you know, and I'm still like I still enjoy Louis, but I still have not really made heads or tails about the whole stuff with him that happened. So I don't know, you know, I don't know necessarily like how positive of a thing it is to like re-platform the guy like nothing happened. Especially when he's never I feel like he's never addressed that stuff in a meaningful way. Like in his comedy or even in like interviews. I don't think he's addressed that stuff in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
In like a
I don't
way,
know.
in a way that it has at least, because as somebody like because that affected not only himself but also the fans. So I feel like in a way that gives closure in a way that seems like he actually like um I don't know made any meaningful growth out of that. Don't know, man. I think for me, I just feel let down by Louis to this day. That's kind of the gist of it. There he goes. Damn. It's like Pink Floyd's The Wall when he like screams like
Yeah,
that.
dude. Epic. So that's like molten metal that's in there. So he basically just can't reform in that because it's
He's spread too thin.
something. Yeah, yeah.
There's too much
I'm
of
like
him.
trying to get the science right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, Louis made me laugh harder than fucking anybody.
Yeah, no, I agree, man.
I think I've laughed like, dude,
I
that guy's so
agree.
fucking funny.
I agree. Like Louis is a very funny man. He's a very funny man. It's just like for the stuff with me and Louis is just that it feels like when he came back from that stuff, the way that he spoke about it or other people spoke about it, like other comedians, was very dismissive. When
Yeah,
in reality, it's like you did that something very heinous. Even if it's not like punishable by like even if you're not going to jail for it. But
right.
I always got this feeling that it was like, oh, we're gonna brush it under the rug, and it's like, no, don't brush it under the rug, because you affected actual people. Um,
Yeah, I mean, he did. I don't think it was brushed under the rug though for a while. I mean, it was like for years that guy was just out of the picture.
yeah,
Basically, up until now, it's been like 9 years. And I just think, yeah, because I mean, again, like you said, he didn't do it. He didn't commit a crime. He didn't go to jail for anything. Uh, it's kind of one of those things where I think at this point, it's like, you know, if a company wants to pay him
that's their prerogative.
to do a job,
Yeah,
yeah, it's their prerogative. 'Cause, like, how long can we, even if somebody does something, like, really fucking stupid, it's like, how long can you really prevent someone from making a living, especially if it wasn't, even a crime?
right.
But again, it's all about the market. It just is the market, you know. Because like, if the market thought that Kevin Spacey could make a return, they'd do it. They'd
Yeah,
put him in
for
something,
sure. They put him
right?
in something.
They thought like, "Oh, we'll profit off of this, and it's been long enough to where people won't remember
Yeah,
or won't care." Like, they'll put him in something, you know?
yeah, for sure.
Um, it's like people who have survived cancellation because of market value and, like, no other reason.
Yeah, but it's interesting because it's like it's like this capitalist thing, right? Because it's like, oh, there's like profit to be generated for this person from this person, so that then excuses everything else, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. But I don't agree with that.
yeah,
Like I'm not I don't agree with that, the way in which the system works in that way, you know.
for sure. I mean, yeah, for me, it's like a case by case thing. Do I mind that Louis is coming back to Netflix? Nah, not really. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Like, because to me, it's just like, okay, how long before? It's like, dude, the guy's comedy is funny, and again, he didn't commit a crime. Versus like someone like Chris D'Elia I've spoken about, where it's like I didn't understand how like 6 months later he's just back on The King and the Sting. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are these guys hanging around this guy?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be around that guy,
Yeah.
you know? Because he was like actually committing crimes,
Yes.
texting minors, and
Yeah.
among other things.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. But in the same in the same notion, I don't agree with him being back on Netflix, doing specials. Like I don't agree with it. I wish that it wasn't like that. It's like, well, let the guy play comedy
Really?
source if he wants to and do whatever he wants, but it's like, yeah. I guess that's like
So
my.
you don't think he should ever get like a platform that big again,
No, it's not
basically?
that he should never get a platform that big again. Is that for me? It's more so. I guess it's like this arbitrary thing in my head, right? Where it just feels the way that the feeling that I have from that whole like debacle with him was that it always felt like unfinished, and it always just felt like to me it always felt unfinished. Like that's kind of the point that I'm trying to make. Like it always felt like
You feel like he never atoned
yes, exactly. Like I felt
for
like
what
he
he
kind of
did.
went quiet
Uh,
from it, and then he like at some point he
right.
was like, I've been quiet enough. I'm gonna come back. But even when he came
Yeah, yeah,
back,
yeah.
it was like in a very like even when he came back, he was like in a very kind of like phony kind of way, you know, like
Right.
in a way that was like weirdly disingenuous to the point that it like every like he's put out like a couple specials and like none of them have been funny, you know, in a way that it's like in a way that feels like, dude, for you to like somehow be funny again, you have to actually address this and not pretend like it didn't
Uh-huh.
happen, and not talk about it in your comedy in like a weird way that generates laughs because it's not funny. Like that's kind of the way that I feel about it,
Yeah.
and somehow
Yeah,
I
because at
feel
the beginning of like his first special back, he was like, "So, how you guys been doing? Anybody else getting any life-changing amounts of trouble
right, exactly.
lately?" or something
That's
like
kind of
that.
what I mean. Like when I talk about it, like I just feel
Yeah.
very disappointed as like a guy that I used to be that dude's fan, because
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, dude, this is not really maybe the way that you should talk about this, as something that like
Yeah.
happened to you, because it's something that you caused, at the
Yeah,
expenses of
yeah.
like however many people, because seemingly it's like a big number of people. So it's like you did this at these people's expenses, and I don't think it's like funny like that. Like I don't want to see your ass on
Yeah.
Netflix. Like if I could somehow vote with my money and be like, hey, should we platform this guy on like the biggest platform in the planet? I'll be like, no, keep him off of it. Just keep going to the comedy store, like you know, fatty, that kind of thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Man of high ideals. I like it.
That's just the
Very
way I feel
principled
about it,
man,
man. And
Edward.
I and it's like it's not easy for me to say because you know that I've you know that how big of a fan of him as a comedian I was. But
For sure.
the way that I've contextualized this information and like with the knowledge that I have, I'm just I don't really feel positive about the dude.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's like I think I like that too because it's like I feel the same where it's like if even if I'm a fan of somebody, I'm not gonna excuse them just because I'm a fan of them.
Yeah,
It's like I'm gonna, you know, I try to have the same take on, you know, people I am a fan of as the people I'm not a fan of. Just kind of like what do you call it? Objectively based on their actions, right?
yeah,
Um, like because if you swapped out what like if you swap in Louis for what Chris D'Elia did, I would feel the exact same way where I'd be like, dude, like,
let's get rid of this guy.
no,
Yeah,
don't. Yeah, I'd be like, I mean, no matter how funny he is, it's like,
right. And obviously
really, I don't want
with
to see
Louis,
this
you are
guy like
100% right that
on
it's
my
like
TV again.
yeah, and obviously with Louis,
you
you're
know,
100% right that it's like this stuff's like to a lesser degree, but
yeah,
the issue
just scumbaggery
exactly, but then
is
the
what
issue
it
with
is.
me is just like the how disingenuous he's been about it. Because I feel like if he came
Yeah,
out and addressed it, like similarly to how other people have come out and addressed similar things, like when Dan Harmon addressed that stuff in his own personal life, it's like if you come out and address this and don't try to minimize this stuff, then I feel like everybody can get past that. But somehow I feel like his career is like
yeah,
still frozen. It's like it's frozen in that place, and he's like not being
mm,
able to let it move past it because of his unwillingness to actually talk about the thing openly, like it never happened. You know?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, folks, that was Terminator 2. Thanks for joining us,
Sorry about
and that
the
is
Louis tangent, everybody,
yeah, yeah,
and not
and
Terminator
that's it.
commentary.
Yeah, let us know when's that Louis special come out anyway.
Yeah.
Uh,
And all that being said, I hope it's funny.
Louis C.K.
Like
Netflix.
I'm gonna check it out, and I hope it's like funny.
Yeah. Oh, did it already come out?
Did it?
Oh, June 30th. Okay, so it comes out in a few days. Uh, well, yeah, folks. So let us know in the comments if you're going to be watching that. or if it's past the date, what you thought of Louis C.K.'s new special, Ridiculous, on Netflix. Um, and give us your take on whether you want to see Louis back platformed again or not.
Yeah. Hot takes, cold
Discuss it
takes.
in the comments.
Yeah.
Or just talk about Terminator 2 or
Yeah.
something else. I don't
Or
know.
talk about
Let us
Terminator
know.
2. Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know what you want to see in the back half of Film Tangent Season 4. But that is Film Tangent Season 4A, everybody. Wrapped. It's a wrap. Hope everyone has a great summer. Jack and Edward, anything else you want to say to the fans before we cut them loose here?
Everybody have fun. We'll see you again in probably August for more tangents. And as always, as we do every year, we'll get to a bunch of horror movies for the horror season. So stay tuned. And our famous, renowned clips guy will put a bunch of clips over the summer. Probably, maybe. We'll see.
We'll
Hell
see how
yes.
it's going. Stay tuned, Film Tangents. Part B of this year. Depending on how things go, I've got a couple things in the work, and you might see a little bit of more of me. So,
Whoa.
hoping for that, and hopefully be back on, a little bit more regularly, if not regular. So, stay tuned.
Stay tuned, everybody. You get the full trio, Amigos. Well, that's it, everybody. Amigos. Also, take care, everyone. Have a good summer. Be safe. Stay cool. And we'll see you in a couple months. That's Film Tangents Season 4, Part 1.
See everybody next time. Film Tangents.
Bye-bye.